Triple kill. Triple kill. Lottery kill. Triple kill. Lottery kill. kill. Triple kill. Military kill. Triple kill. Triple kill. Terry kill. Triple kill. Terry kill. Triple kill. Triple kill. Terry kill. Triple kill. Terry kill.
Penipuan! Hari ni korang akan menari penipuan!
Mana ada?
Apa haram? I dah cakap tadi kan, intro menari dekat lagu tu.
Ada lagu tak dengar lah. Jiat lagu kau tak pasang tak kuat.
Rakan-rakan.
Itulah. Tak apa-apa nak clean instruction.
Amboi. Hai semua, Assalamualaikum dan selamat sejahtera. Selamat datang ke FFMC 2021 bersama saya, host anda, Tash Badi, dan saya Caster Coaster, awesome, cool, hype dan sebagainya, Master Kokan dan juga Haji Yat. Haji, seminggu kau ada kat sini. Apa yang kau buat minggu lepas? Fans tanya ni.
Minggu lepas tak ada apa lah. Kita pun menonton juga dekat rumah bersama dengan supporter-supporter kita kan. Macam itulah.
Oh gitu. Buat apa? Live viewing. Buat live viewing
yes, live Discord, tengok tournament sama-sama. So bincangkan apa yang berlaku pada minggu yang ketiga. Macam itulah.
Ya, cewa ni lah abang-abang retis kita kan. Saya tak tahu, saya tak tahu. Saya tak famous. Macam mana ni? Master Kokan, minggu lepas, apa you punya opinion tentang game-game yang berlaku? I rasa you ada banyak cakap sebab I bukan panel dengan you minggu lepas kan. I tak tahu apa jadi. Macam apa perasaan you dapat casting di sebelah host baru you, Ikuto?
Of course.
Tak dapat dah macam. Sorry. Kena potong lah you Master Kokan. Kita dah main 3 kejap tanya lagi.
Bye.
Janganlah merajuk Shani pula. Tak apa. Sementara Master Kokan merajuk, kita cakap pasal qualified teams kita pada hari ni. Pada yang tak tahu, pada minggu lepas kita ada rombakan team ya. Di mana Group A adalah Legend, Ladies, Geek Fam, Red Shoot, PXG Extreme, Seven Fingers dan juga Secret Movement. Group B adalah kita punya abang besar Abang Sado tahulah korang pakai bahasa apa ni. Group B ada Blacklist International, Auto, Knockout, Freedom Rumble, Team Fast Kill, Sam 9 dan juga Endzone. My Team C ada Enigma's All Star, FTP, Son of Gun, Sorry Raw, 4 X-Men Expert, Overdose LT dan juga Eternal Watch and Learn. Korang, dalam banyak-banyak grup-grup ni, mana satu grup yang korang rasa paling kuat?
Kalau
kau tak jawab ni. B
kalau ikutkan grup B lah nampak.
Tapi nampak macam lagi grup A bagi saya lah.
Okay.
Sebab tu I punya opinion dah. Kenapa korang macam tak nak cakap dengan I ni? Apa I buat? Korang marah I buat pasal mak kau hijau tadi
Tak ada lah.
Tapi kita kena look kepada kita punya prize pool, RM8,000 untuk tempat pertama yang mengakhiri kita punya liga ni. Haji dengan Master Kokan, korang tahu tak ni minggu keberapa? Minggu keempat ya? Berapa lama kita ada dalam liga ni?
Inilah minggu terakhir. Ini adalah minggu terakhir kita. Minggu keempat.
Sesi pergi kepada grand final
Ya betul tu. Jadi kira hari ni lah kita akan dapat tahu siapa akan membawa pulang RM8,000 ni, betul?
Betul.
Rasanya siapa
Bukan hari ni, esok. Hari kedua.
Yelah, ya Allah, terlupa pula. Kan hari Ahad. Yelah, kan dah lama dah kita orang kan MCO lah. Rumah tak keluar. Macam mana nak ingat hari? Tak ingat, tiba-tiba hari ni ingat hari ni hari Isnin. Padahal hari ni kan FFMC, ayo. Tapi for now kita tengok sini, siapa-siapa yang ada pada hari ni yang memang masuk pun akan bawa pulang duit juga. Dan ni juga adalah untuk playoffs kita akan berlangsung pada minggu hadapan, kira grand finals kita lah. RM60,000 untuk siapa yang pertama. Tapi kalau korang tahu, untuk kita reset balik, betul tak? Kita orang mula balik daripada kosong markah, betul tak?
Betul.
Yep.
So apa yang terjadi di liga, itu je. Apa yang terjadi di liga playoff adalah satu benda yang baru.
Nak tanya sikit, kalau bagi opinion korang lah. Kalau Tasha fikir elok-elok kita orang fight dalam kita punya liga dapat duit banyak ni, tiba-tiba kena reset balik dalam grand final. Kau rasa adil ke tak adil?
It's a fair point because ada hadiah baru.
So adil saja ya.
Kita boleh nampak lah kat situ siapa yang betul-betul perform kan, sebab at least kita nampak dua season score yang kita boleh saksikan sama ada betul ke dia ni hebat tak hebat. Dekat dalam regular ni dia hebat, tapi dekat dalam playoff nanti kita tengok macam mana. Macam
Bagi
tu.
Tasha lah, dia bukan banyak kepada tu, tapi dia more of kadang-kadang setengah tim dia awal-awal tak perform, tapi kemudian baru perform kan. Ni dia bila dia bagi balik Chen untuk kejar dia rasa semangat dia lain sikit tau untuk main. Tapi setengah orang kan macam sekarang ni kan, kita tengok tim kat belakang dah rasa macam dah give up kan sebab dah tak boleh kejar. Nak tengok kalau kita dapat reset balik, rasanya dia akan lain sikit tau. Tengok macam mana dia orang dia orang akan perform tu lah. Tapi walau bagaimanapun kita gerak kepada kita punya schedule pada hari ini, Group A versus Group B, kita kan ada map Bermuda dan juga Kalahari. Tasha suka tengok Kalahari punya map sebab Kalahari ni dia sangat berbeza dengan Bermuda dengan Purgatory. Dapat tengok orang main Spider-Man sikit.
Ya, betul tu. And some more like dia punya open map dia agak besar dan juga every gameplay tu agak unik cara nak melakukan rotation tu. Sebab
ya betul, Kalahari. Ya betul, Kalahari ni map dia bercakap susah sikit lah sebab nak dapat high ground tu satu susah. Nak menyorok tu pun satu susah, nak panjat ke atas pun susah, nak lompat ke bawah pun susah. So kira dia betul-betul play kita macam nak rotate, macam nak position, antara map yang paling susah lah bagi Tasha nak main. Tasha pernah try Kalahari sekali je, rasa macam tak nak main Kalahari lagi dah. Stress je main Kalahari. Untuk Haji, apa punya Haji pasal map Kalahari?
Macam saya cakap, map Kalahari ni dia besar, luas, lepas tu dia banyak kawasan yang high ground. So bila mana player ataupun tim yang lambat masuk ke dalam zone, nanti mereka pastinya akan diasak oleh mana-mana pasukan yang dah pun berada di bahagian dalam, kerana memang keluasan yang ada pada Kalahari, lepas tu tempat yang sangat open dan juga ada high ground. So itu yang memberikan lagi orang kata thrill permainan di map Kalahari tu.
Okay, tapi for now kita tengah cerita pasal kita punya teams to watch pada hari ni. Kita ada Auto Knockout, Sam9 dan juga Gfam. Tapi kalau kita tengok dalam past 2 minggu ni, Auto Knockout dengan Sam9 dekat sini je, tak gerak ke mana-mana pun. Tapi Gfam adalah team yang baru je naik pada minggu ni. Korang ada apa-apa opinion pasal benda tu?
Untuk Gfam sebenarnya bagi Haji tak ada apa pun nak apa orang kata apa, mereka memang orang kata apa selayaknya berada dalam untuk team to watch kita pada minggu ni, kerana mereka mengejar sekarang ini kedudukan pasukan yang berada di atas, iaitu pasukan Auto Knockout dan juga Sam9. So kalau kita lihat pada minggu lepas pun Gfam ada performan dia yang menjadi, ada yang tak menjadi. So mungkin minggu yang keempat ni mereka akan cuba sebaik yang mungkin untuk melakukan yang terbaik, kerana kita dah memang tahu dah gameplay Gfam ni macam mana. So mungkin mereka akan menjadi pencabar untuk minggu yang keempat ni.
Ya, betul tu. Tapi pada hari ini kita dah gerak ke minggu keempat dan kita dah tak tengok siapa yang akan membawa pulang RM8,000. RM8,000 pada hari ini. Korang ada apa-apa prediction tak? Kita bukan cakap kita orang tak adil ke apa, tapi dalam tournament ni siapa yang nampak paling tinggi potensi untuk dapat tempat pertama? Sebab sekarang ni kita tengok dia bukannya macam MCP Majors hari tu di mana satu tim je mendominasi seluruh liga tu. Kita nampak bertukar-tukar. Kita nampak AKO naik, kita dapat Sam9 naik, kita dapat Gfam naik. Apa korang punya opinion?
Silakan.
Ya. Okay.
Mimpi lah tu. Mimpi pasal ladies.
Okay, pasukan yang akan naik. Pasukan yang akan naik hari ni saya rasa tadi grup apa yang main untuk first game tadi? AB
A lawan B.
AB, ya
A
betul.
lawan B Sebenarnya A akan main 4 game lah, B akan rotate kepada 2 game macam tu So to be honest, saya mengharapkan, saya tak tahu, tapi saya mengharapkan yang below top 12 tu, maknanya tim yang 13 ke bawah yang current standing ni, berharap sangat nak tengok diorang punya perform. And then mungkin game yang kita cast hari ni, saya akan banyak highlight kepada mereka lah. Kita akan cuba tengok, sebab ini dah consider dah hujung-hujung dah ni. So mungkin tim yang bawah tu cuba akan perform sebaik yang mungkin. Aku pastilah, sebab diorang ni dah tak selesa sebenarnya. Jadi aku sangat confident yang tim bawah ni untuk video, untuk live hari ni dan juga besok, diorang yang akan perform.
Haji?
Yap, sebenarnya kalau untuk peringkat liga ni, yang tim yang berada di atas ni, kita memang dah nampak dah siapa yang ada di atas. So benda yang menarik yang kita nak lihat adalah persaingan di bawah, ataupun persaingan yang nak menempatkan diri mereka di top 12 untuk ke peringkat playoff kita. So untuk minggu keempat ni, yes, macam kau akan cakap, mungkin kita akan berikan highlight untuk tim-tim yang berada di bawah untuk melakukan yang terbaik, mendapatkan mata yang sebanyak mungkin untuk mengejar pasukan yang berada di kelompok orang kata apa 6 terbawah, yang orang kata di antara nombor 6 hingga ke 12 tu. So bagi tim yang berada di nombor 6 dan 12 hingga ke 12, mungkin diorang tak boleh berasa selesa untuk minggu ni kerana ada lebih kurang 8 tim di bawah tu masih lagi nak mengejar kedudukan mereka untuk melayakkan diri mereka ke peringkat playoff. So itu yang kita nak lihat lah. Dan untuk pertarungan A lawan B untuk permulaan kita pada hari ni, kalau kita dapat lihat, ketiga-tiga team to watch kita bermain dahulu untuk dua perlawanan yang pertama kejap lagi. So itu mungkin menjadi benda yang menarik. So antara mereka siapakah yang akan berjaya mendapatkan buya untuk menjarakkan diri mereka di peringkat atas liga. Dan kita nak lihat juga tim yang berada di bawah, contoh macam ada pasukan daripada Endzone MY yang ada potensi untuk memecut kedudukan yang tempat ke-12 nanti.
Ya betul tu. Jadi sekarang ni nak bagi Tasha lah. Tasha rasa hari ni kita akan nampak tim-tim kat bawah akan mengganas sebab nak dapatkan placement point tu. Tasha rasa kita tengok keganasan keluar dari Soriro, Legend terutamanya rasanya. Sebab Legend tu dia tak menunjuk kita dia boleh buat. Sebab lagi-lagi dia orang kan ada veteran dalam tim dia orang, Ashades tu. Tasha rasa dengan dia punya experience tu, sebenarnya boleh je naik sangat. Sebab dia bukannya macam tim-tim baru ni tau. Dia dah pernah main dalam tournament. So Tasha rasa hari ni kita akan nampak Legend mengganas, memang akan nampak lah. Lepas tu kita dah nampak kan hari tu ada talk dari Master Kokan dengan lady semua kan dekat CGM hari tu. Rasanya kata-kata semangat Master Kokan boleh menaikkan semangat ladies rasanya hari ni. So insyaAllah kita akan nampak ladies naik juga. Kalau boleh lah, kita dah nampak dah akan nampak Blacklist International juga akan cuba mecut sikit hari ni. Sebab minggu lepas rasa agak suram untuk diorang. So rasanya kita akan nampak tu. Tapi kan Haji, waktu you tak ada minggu lepas, cerita sikit pasal satu benda kelakar sangat. Ada meta berlaku yang dalam game, iaitu couch meta sofa. Pendengar tak?
Ada meta tu?
Ada, ya ada. Di mana satu player ni dia menyorok belakang sofa tak mati-mati kan. Rasanya meta ni meta baru kot. So kita nak tengok. Sebab dua kali dah berlaku pada minggu lepas. Saya tengok lagi. Sebab kita dah hari tu kan I cakap dengan Haji dengan Matt, cakap pasal kita dah nampak orang mati kat danger zone. Dah nampak orang mati kena airdrop. Dah nampak orang mati kena langgar. So sekarang ni ada meta baru. So rasanya banyak benda pelik-pelik lah berlaku dalam tournament ni rasanya. Okay, jadi sekarang ni kalau ada benda pelik yang boleh berlaku, apa yang korang tengok yang belum berlaku lagi? So kita dah nampak dah hari tu siapa. I rasa boys coach kena dijadikan bola sepak dengan motosikal. So apa lagi korang tengok?
Ada je yang mati dengan airdrop, ada Jian?
Ada. Kelakar. Dia panggil dia lupa lah tu. Berenang? Oh belum lagi kan nampak orang mati berenang. Tapi rasa macam jarang nampak orang berenang sebenarnya.
We can see 29 points for Auto Knockout to catch up. But even if Auto Knockout is just about 29 points away, and even if they do well in this week, in today and tomorrow, they have to hope and pray that Sem9 does not, continuously pick those 30 points up as well and stay in front of them, which is quite difficult to ask, isn't it? Looking at their consistency.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit stressed out for them as well because they have been not really performing since every other game other than the first game they are getting booyah. We are like, where are you guys again? Just getting one booyah and you're gone. Then now they are like, batch, we are performing like this right now. So don't talk bad about us. Don't try to stab us right there, okay? Because we are standing right still tall with over 300 points. They are the only team securing that right now for the league stage. So ladies and gentlemen, here is the first game in Bermuda and we have Group A versus Group B. I'm so excited to see what is gonna happen today. And I would like to hand over my mic to our amazing casters, AJ, as well as Husky. Take it away.
Thank you very much, Leslie. And it's amazing to have her back, isn't it, Husky?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we had Tash, I think she probably sent a request to go back to Basa's side because we have been roasting her too much. And even when she's gone, I'm still doing it. So joke's on you, Tash. But yes, it's great to have Leslie back. And it's great to witness the first match of the final week I cannot believe that it's already the final week for the league stage. I honestly felt like we just got started. I woke up today and I was like, yeah, this is week number 4. I think we still have like one more week before we go to the finals. But evidently, I did not, get the. I did not memorize the schedule correctly. This is the last week, so about to find out who will end up on top by the end of tomorrow.
But were you disappointed or were you excited to find out that you were wrong and that this is the only one and final only week?
No, I'm excited. I'm obviously, as someone who loves the game a lot, I think being disappointed is a part of it, because obviously I would want to see more. Like, this can go on for 10 more weeks, and I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, man.
But I'm also excited because they don't have much time left to make up for losses. So if there's a time to pop off, this is the week.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited to see this come to an end. Only from one aspect, I'm just extremely curious if or not Geek Fam is all that, or are they all done and dusted with? Are they just the past superheroes of Free Fire? Are we going to see these new names like Sem9, Auto Knockout literally knock the kings off of their throne? Because they've been kind of dominating the Free Fire Malaysian scene for quite a while now, and to see them not really shine through in the league stages in the usual way that Geek Fam shines through, which is like absolutely dominating and keeping such a huge lead between themselves as well as their opponents. I wonder if we will see them kind of show us that dominance in the finals, because if they don't, it's really gonna be something that inspires the other squads to work even harder. Because if the almighty Geek Fam themselves can be pushed down the rankings, then these teams definitely can grind up to that level, don't you think, Husky?
Yeah, absolutely. When we did MCP Major, by week 3, we already decided unanimously that Geek Fam is gonna win. No matter what happens, Geek Fam will win the league stage and they'll probably win the final. But for FFMC, sure, Sem9 is at the top, but they're just one game away from being overtaken by the second place team. Probably 2 games away from getting knocked down to 3rd place. So the stakes are definitely higher. There's definitely more variables that can affect the outcome. And judging from the fact that this is just an all Malaysian league, maybe the benchmark of comparing this to MCP should be a bit different. But it also shows that we might have a different representatives playing in the regionals other than Geek Fam.
Yeah, and even with some of these teams, right, at the MCP Major, it's just like how we send them in a world of chaos when, all of these groupings are reshuffled, right? In the same aspect, dropping them in with some of these other regions kind of changes the dynamics of the gameplay that some of these squads take. I don't know what it is about the concoction of teams, but we've seen some of the teams that don't really shine at the MCP Major come in to the FFMC and, stand up at the top. Some of the teams which have shined in the MCP Majors are not really doing all that well right now. And, why do you think that would be, SK?
I think it's just a matter of how growth is. I don't have the perfect way to describe it. I think it's just growth and how most of these teams have just been consistently watching each other and adapting to each other's playstyle, right? Like you look at Bermuda right now for A versus B. No, for week number 3, it's not as quiet as it is right now. People would already been dying. We probably lost like 2-3 guys by now, but we are getting a slower start, and I honestly don't mind. A fresh week, a fresh start is a battle. It's a battle of attrition. It's a battle of strategy. It's like playing chess, right? You lose the first match, you come back a week later. Now you need to bring us something new.
Yeah. We also kind of touched on, the drop zones that these teams kind of pick as soon as they jump out of the initial flight. And usually it's shared. Obviously, getting into week number 2 after the reshuffle has given these squads the time to research, the time to reassess some of the decisions that they've made, probably leading to a very dry start of the day. But as dry as it is, it's going to just multiply the amount of chaos that we see at that final circle. I mean, towards that 12-15 minute mark, you're going to start seeing quite a number of deaths dropping in already. And I will not be surprised to see all 12 squads move into that final zone escape.
I was thinking the same, though highly unlikely. I think the most we saw was 8-9 teams in the fourth or fifth circle. The thought of having 12 squads is just overbearing. We're probably gonna have like the most unexpected booyah because everyone will just be shooting each other, right? So there's going to be this one random guy who somehow survives and he wins, and he's like, okay, I guess I won, but I don't have any team. That's like the most likely outcome.
Yeah, I would say I didn't mean literally 12 teams, but then my fiance would be listening in the background and she would be saying, don't say things that you don't mean. Use the right words. I'm sorry, man.
Oh, so
I'm sorry, audience.
Hi.
I didn't
say
mean,
hi
I
to
didn't
her.
mean 12. Yeah, we'll
okay.
do, man. We'll do.
Oh, so she, I mean, it's great. She listens to the show. My partner listens to my show as well, and we go over it every now and then. So this is there you go.
I definitely need the backup. In my relationship, stupider one, so I need her to spot out like whenever I'm being an idiot live. So I kind of come back and fix it.
It's completely relatable. Like her line of work requires her to be very black and white. So like if I say something that I don't mean, she's like, "No, you need to learn how to use your words properly." So I get lectured a lot, which is something that my mom also approves of. She's like, "Yeah, you need someone in your life to be that guy that nags you a few minutes," and I think she got her wish granted. So here I am.
She definitely did. I feel you. But here Sem9 is as well. Legends, they have been quite legendary in the weeks of past, but now getting shot, and it is going to be Secret Movement, but right behind Secret Movement, Freedom Rumble in the fray as well. Husky, things are already heating up in the field.
Just at about the right time, we have 5 teams on the screen. This is the chance to see if Legends from week 3, to see if it was just a fluke or did they really like pick up the pace? Because Legends during week 3 was completely different. They stepped it up. I think they got like their first booyah, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they got their first booyah, and they were able to actually put up a good fight. They're in 12th place. They squeezed in, and they have I think 22-point gap between them and Endzone MY. So let's see if that is going to carry forward for week number 4. Like they will need that to qualify for playoffs.
Yeah, and if anything, we definitely know that Endzone MY kind of has the ability to do that, because Legend, Endzone MY, we're talking about Red Shoot, we're talking about Secret Movement, they've kind of just been playing around the top 12 zone, not really moving far away. But that being said, Secret Movement is in the clear. They are about 42 points away from 13th position, Endzone MY. The fight for top 12 is definitely going to be heated, but obviously this match will kind of show us as to how these teams are, going to be taking the rest of the day, right? I'm looking forward to Seven Fingers as well as Ladies getting a little bit more aggressive in here today, and we might be able to see that they are still alive, still kicking in here. I want to see them perform us.
Yeah. And right off the bat, Sem9. I think they just lost one guy, and it's to Freedom Rumble, one of the challenges that Sem9 don't really, like to stand up against. And I think it's not about how Freedom Rumble is way better than Sem9. I don't think that's the case. It's more of like Freedom Rumble, they just don't care. They're like, yeah, we see someone, we shoot. If they don't have the Freedom Rumble tag, we shoot them. So these kind of aggressive moves can be beneficial sometimes. Sem9 just happens to be on the receiving end. But this whole thing blows over. I just want to quickly point out, we know STP Son of a Gun right now, they're in 16th place, right? If you remember MCP Major, they missed out playoffs by less than 10 points. They were in 13th place. And it's going to be pretty sad, right? Because now they are kind of in the same predicament where they only have 2 more days to make up for that. Do you think it's possible?
I want it to be possible for their sake, but we have to compare as to which teams are, going up against them to secure the 12th position as well, right? Endzone MY definitely look like they want to be those, and they are fighting against teams who have clearly been stepping up in the recent past. And we are talking about specifically Overdose LT, Secret Movement, as well as Legends. So although I want to say yes, it's a long shot, man. I mean, it's like what, 3% out of 100, 97% chance they're not going to make it this time around through. And it's only because the other squads that are fighting to stay in the top 12 and fighting to get into the top 12 have been able to show us more consistency in literally last week.
Yeah, it's definitely a storyline that we can kind of follow and come back to find a conclusion, right? Because they are less than 40 points away. So 2 good games should set STP Sanagan up for decent success. You know, if we assume that the other teams aren't really performing as well, but Secret Movement, they have just crashed in to a compound not just owned by Geek Fam, but apparently Stem9, they made a rotation early on after getting picked up by Freedom Rumble. They have also set up shop in this area. Catalystic-wise, it's going to be a pretty messy battlefield later on.
Yeah, Secret Movement, one of the teams that we just... Look at Fikri, man. Master ability. He hides the motorcycle away just so that he doesn't get blown up. And if the zone is going to close in on them, he's got a quick and easy way to get out of trouble. But then again, I don't know if they're going to be able to even get out of this compound, because one of the worst things to do is to literally, position yourselves beside 2 very, very aggressive teams in FFMC. Sem9 as well as Geek Fam. Literally the 1st and 3rd seeded squads in here. Not a great move at all for a team that is definitely fighting to stay in the top 12 here.
The airdrops, supply crates, basically dropped. A majority of it dropped in front of Sem9, and Geek Fam gets 1. I'm surprised. This is probably the first time, at least on broadcast, that we see players reversing their vehicles into a building just to keep it safe. But maybe they've been doing it for a while, and we just were not able to catch it. It's a good move though. It's very creative. I have never thought of that, because most of the time, all we saw were cars, right? Like big 4-wheelers that you can't really hide under the roof. But the motorbike could be a good substitute, and maybe it can get them out of trouble. But Team Fastkill is looming on the horizon, so they're pretty near as well.
Exact. Now closing in the gap between himself as well as the players from Secret Movement. This is not a fight that Geek Fam should be starting, but Hazik doesn't care. He just goes in with the toss, and he manages to get the down onto Faraz. No delete coming through just yet, and Geek Fam looking for the first 4 kills. Here comes 1 in for the pickup, but the glue wall gonna get taken down. 1 more pop right up. Shoyu goes in for the flush, and he should be able to take the 2 kills for himself, but not gonna get too greedy just yet. His boys from outside will be reporting back in. Hazik manages to toss yet another nade through, gets taken down. It's going to be Exact that comes in for that backup. Fikri gets taken out as well, and Secret Movement, 1 final man left running Husky.
Well, and I guess we know which team would be the first one to most potentially get knocked out, and that is how you successfully push a compound with a full squad in it. Just 1 knock, it's fine. And I think Geek Fam, they were so close that it doesn't really matter if the glue wall was set up, because Secret Movement would never have time. You would think that with a small revival time, it's going to be more than enough, but 3 seconds was just way too long in that circumstance. I just love what Geek Fam did, but that's the Geek Fam we know. Slow, methodical, very surgical. Secret Movement stood no chance. And Sem9, they are lucky that they're not caught in that crossfire, but they know for a fact that as the game progresses, they will have to deal with Geek Fam eventually.
Woo! Limok, beautiful snipe juice gets taken down, and this is going to be a fight between 7 Fingers as well as Red going on at this very same time. Blacklist International will be able to step in as well. Red Shoot outside of the zone, rushing in, but even as that player does, Mutu, the one and only Mutu, the MVP for 7 Fingers for quite a number of times now. Well, just in a matter of surviving some of the onslaught of these squads, is going to be able to take those spot shots against him. Now, ladies as well, one of the teams that we are looking forward to perhaps giving it all in the final day here. Endzone MY being the very first squad to get eliminated. Ladies just playing outside of this blue zone. It is just trouble lurking around the corner, Husky.
Well, ladies doing fine. They actually eliminated the last member of End Zone, but it all started because Nano blew himself out with a grenade launcher. One of the few accidents that can happen from time to time, but not the best timing for End Zone MY. Rich Shoot, PXG, Extreme also taken out majority, half of them by the blue zone. But ladies now, they kind of fortified themselves in this area with those glue walls and the terrain, but they have to deal with two separate teams. They have Freedom Rumble in the warehouse in front of them, and they have AKO behind them. And we know when you look at AKO, it's going to be Axel, getting those shots in. Two separate snipes. Ladies, they bring Baby Boo and Magma and Mayma back up, but too fast! Oh, the grenade launcher. That's a triple kill, and too fast. Just single-handedly obliterates ladies, and they will now have to play Freedom Rumble up ahead.
Unfortunate, man, but auto knockout, what a play. Are they going to be able to close this gap now? They've got quite a limited number of glue walls to play around with. Roy, as he gets taken down, this is not going to be good for them at all, but Lemon with a beautiful response as he knocks Jazz down, but the pickup isn't going to be too complicated for the side of Freedom Rumble. They do have the hanger to play with, but right behind of Freedom Rumble, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, is going to be auto knockout as they will have to move in towards them. That blue zone is going to be causing them to go in for the push, and the nade from Axel gets a double knock and eliminated as well. Hop as well as Cobbs. Can they respond? And just like that, auto knockout has overtaken the place of Freedom Rumble, Husky.
Auto knockout just on point with the nade. The third one coming through. Carl's blocks it with the time turner, but the entirety of auto knockout is going to overwhelm them. As Apis also takes down Legends on the other side. Freedom Rumble down to one last survivor. And he's been spotted. And he has to kind of make his last stand against the entire squad of AKO. And he knows that his time is limited.
What a play!
And he actually does. He takes out one, but it's not enough. Lemon gets resurrected. AKO, they have more than enough supplies for the last fight.
I love that play, man. He goes in with a double glue wall, doesn't, go in with the expected move. Instead, he jumps up towards the right, pulls out the time turner, goes in for the shot. Unfortunate for him, the numbers game will go on to catch up. And now it's going to be auto knockout. The numbers game going to be catching up with them as well because the glue wall, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, will be forcing them in towards the side of Geek Fam. A beautiful shot comes through, and I believe Hazik just gets knocked. Axel going to be the one who slays the players of Blacklist International as well as Geek Fam, perhaps. It is just the trees. Mother Nature is going to be giving them cover as the snipers will reign supreme here. Husky.
Yeah, and we are down to the last three teams. It's going to be Blacklist International, Kick Fam, and AKO. Sem9, they have been knocked out, but still the three Titans now need to fight each other. And Manfly with the nade takes out Kick Fam. It's now AKO against Blacklist International. The rivalry that we have not seen for the past 2 weeks is about to be reignited, but Roy just turns the corner. X already found two. Blacklist International down to just one. And of course, it's Baby Cobra, Black Cobra in this instance. But can he hold on? The answer is no. AKO with probably the most solid booyah that we have ever seen in FFMC. They get the booyah and they get double digits kill. What a stellar performance from these men.
Beyond excellent. That's what auto knockout was in that match. They knew they needed to aggress. They needed about 29 points to play catch up with Sem9. Obviously, they are not going to be overtaking Sem9 just yet because Sem9 managed to do quite well for themselves as well in there. But it's a great start in here, Husky. One more match like that and auto knockout back on top.
Yeah, I cannot believe this. Auto knockout is a very good team. Obviously, because they are in second place, right? But coming into game one and pulling off something like this, it feels like they have awakened some forgotten memories. We've seen Auto Knockout week 1, week 2. They play these kind of style, but not as perfect as this. It feels like a tactical SWAT team. Like Auto Knockout, they just go in, they just get the job done, and yeah, you can see the joy on their face, or at least on one of them. Yeah.
Grenade launcher was, the perfection in here, right? They moved in for the wipe on ladies, and then later on, overtook the compound that Freedom Rumble was holding on to so well. Welcome back, Leslie. What did you think of that victory?
That was the Titan game, honestly, because all the big Titans, they have been fighting for the last few moments. And I would say that Auto Knockout is really, really sturdy right here because they have been pulling off really great with their tactics, in their skill, in every chemistry, even their form. I think it's so good because it's only the first game. I didn't expect the big Titan will be warmed up so quickly, honestly. That was
Me
great.
neither. Yeah, I mean, we know Auto Knockout as a very good team, but it's been so long since we've seen any team pull out a run like that. Really showing up huge, like AJ said, right? I don't think Auto Knockout has taken over Semnite yet, but they put themselves within arm's reach. An average game right now can put Auto Knockout in front of Semnite.
Yeah, apologies, Husky. It was something that we kind of, touched on a little bit as well. Today is the day where we will see them go flying out of the cave just to take all of these players out because it's do or die. For some reason, my face isn't moving, but don't worry, the mustache is trying to fix it right now.
We can still know because we see your mustache, so don't worry.
We gotta take a screenshot of that.
important.
That's the new WhatsApp sticker right there.
Okay, let me do it. Okay, done. All right, by the way, gentlemen, I would really like to talk a little bit more about Geek Fam because from the start, it was not bad, but come to the AKO and Blacklist International, they died first. Is it because of the blue zone? Because I didn't really catch that, Husky.
You mean Blacklist International?
No, I mean Geek Fam because the
Geek
last
Fam.
they are playing, they're playing against AKO and Blacklist International, and they were sort of at the side of the blue zone. Did they die from the blue zone or just killed by some teams?
They died, but they died in the hands of Blacklist International. Blacklist International were able to wipe them out, and I think it is those kind of situations where you have a three-way fight. And sometimes it just so happens that the other two teams decided that you are a bigger threat, so they just gang up on you. But in that case, I think Geek Fam were already heavily challenged by International, and hence Blacklist International, since they've already invested resources, they might as well finish the job and take out Geek Fam. And after Geek Fam was knocked out, AKO just swooped in and won the game. So it's kind of like a chain reaction thing.
Yeah, that's right. I think what Blacklist International have done there is actually helping AKO in a way, right? It's like if Geek Fam is still right there, probably AKO is not getting that booyah because three of them are so on form today. I think so. Mustachio, welcome back. Hi. You're moving. Your mustache is finally moving. Yeah. We miss you. We miss you.
I hope you guys didn't really take that screenshot. Please tell me you didn't.
I am sorry. My finger can't control itself.
I'm just going to distract the audience, guys. We've got a giveaway for you guys.
That's right. Here is the giveaway of 2 Death Eyes gun box right there. I can see 2 very beautiful pink eyes. Can you see? That was so special, right?
It reminds me of the Terminator. Okay, not a Terminator, but like okay, I've been playing this game lately, and it reminded me of the enemies I faced in that game. So,
is it having red eyes?
Okay.
Red eyes or pink eyes too?
Red eyes. Kind of like Transformers, I think. It has a feel to it. I don't know if that was the reference, but hopefully I'm not wrong. Because I feel like whatever I just said is completely unrelated to the inspiration of the design.
Sometimes we walk a little too far, and then we are like, should I be turning around right now? But, I walked a little too far into this. But maybe that was the situation that Geek Fam kind of got themselves into, right? They walked a little too far, and they didn't see a grenade flying straight up towards them, and it was either stepping away from the glue wall and then avoiding the nades, which will technically end up in them all getting snuffed out because we saw exactly what was happening. If it was not Blacklist International, they will have to focus in on Auto Knockout, and they kind of knew already. Auto Knockout was on fire. Auto Knockout was hungry for the win, and getting that fight or starting that fight with them just wasn't the better option. It's just unfortunate, absolutely unfortunate that they got snuffed out. But I anticipate we are going to see the exact same sort of aggression from all of these teams once again, guys.
Yeah, that's so true because today it's not only about the Titan days from Group B as well. We have seen that the overdogs have been really performing from last week, so I would be expecting more from them. So right here, ladies and gentlemen, Auto Knockout had been really crazily performed today with 27 points. This is one of their best matches ever because they have never scored this much so far because they only get 1 point for every kill and they have been securing 15 of them. Almost half of the teams that right there, half of the people right there in the field. So that was pretty insane. And placement point, they're getting that booyah. So right there, 12 points and 15, 27 in total. And GigFam standing up at second, 17 point in total, 9 point of kill points. Not that bad, not that shabby for GigFam. Blacklist International instead, they are getting the third place. I didn't really expect that because I have seen they are not really having that kill field moment right there, but they are still able to secure second place right there with kill points 4 points and 13 in total. I think to me, Blacklist International, it's not that in the form compared to last few weeks because I mean even last week they were not at the top of the Titan as we always seen, like, you know, Blacklist International is the scariest one, but right now it seems like Auto Knockout and Sam Knight are really taking over the space and total 3 and placement 7, not that bad as well. And Legend 6 placement point, 1 kill point, and 7 in total. Legend is definitely one of the team that I would really shout out to because they have been trying so hard from the lower bracket, jumping up on top, securing the top 6 position from last week onwards. That was such a good one. And Sam 9 at 6, we have 6 in total, 5 placement point, and 1 kill point. Congratulations to not that shabby. Freedom Rumble, 7 Finger, securing the 7 and 8 place. And gentlemen, I really like to ask what that is the problem of ladies. Is that the confidence making the problem, or it's technical or skill right there, or because they have three of the teams they were playing against each other just now, right? So ladies is in the middle and Freedom Rumble is at the back, or Knockout is in front. So in that case, is it about the skill or it's just really unfortunate, Husky?
It's a mix of both, if I have to be very honest. I think, you know, ladies find themselves in a lot of unlucky circumstances. That's one. But at the same time, we at this point it's pretty clear that most of the teams in FFMC are just more skilled than ladies. Sad to say. So they kind of prey on ladies, not really prey on ladies, but whenever ladies kind of take those fights, most of the time ladies, they just lose out. Maybe they get 1 or 2 kills in return, but that is pretty much it. So that's the reality of some of the teams, including ladies. And we just have to see what else they can give at this point.
Yeah, I would really just like to say finger crossed to ladies because I really hope they will make a comeback because they are the only full ladies team right here in this tournament. And I think they have been really performing because if it is not, they are not the top teams, they are not going to be right here for the league stage, right? So they are definitely performing before this. So I would say that just gain up that confidence, ladies, just go ahead and try to kill them. Whatever you do, only have another 2 days to perform right here. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the second game in Kalahari, and we are gonna see what they are gonna do in Group A versus Group B. And I'll hand over to our amazing casters. Please take it away.
Well, thank you very much, Leslie. Yes, it's game 2 of week number 4, and we are going back to Kalahari, where historically it has always been Blacklist International and Freedom Rumble being the better team. But as we progress through all these weeks, I think it start to show that other teams are catching up. So is it still Blacklist home turf? I don't think so. I think it's a free for all.
Yeah, it's definitely a free for all. I mean, if anything, Blacklist International hasn't been performing all that well in the group stages. Yes, they are in the 5th position, but just like what Leslie mentioned about GeekFam, there are expectations on Blacklist International as well. Back when they were Baby Argon, these guys were absolutely untouchable. And to be able to, perform like that at the MCP Major We don't expect anything short of second placement in here, but yet again, that's just not the case, Aski.
Yeah, I honestly think that, you know, if you look at the prize pool distribution, at least for the league stage, it's not too, at least it's not too big of a deal. I mean, the difference between the placements isn't, you know, like heaven and earth. So the qualification to the playoffs is definitely more important. But for a Blacklist International, especially from their underwhelming week 3, I think they have a lot to prove for this final week. The final week during MCP was also kind of the period where Blacklist International really stepped up and hit that 500 point, you know, a few months ago. So this time it's kind of like a repeat of that, but on harder difficulty. The enemies are tougher.
Enemies are tougher, and you know where they were overall in terms of being compared to the other squads, they have fallen back quite a bit, right? They are at the very moment about 60 plus points away from the number 1 spot holding Sem9, and I thought that today was going to be the day where they rose up instead of teams like Auto Knockout, right? But it's not too late just yet. We've got 4 games in here for Blacklist International today, and then 4 tomorrow as well. The first one, they've already managed to get to that final zone, so I guess that's a great enough start. If they didn't have to go up against such a formidable Auto Knockout, clearly they would have been able to pick that booyah up, right? So let's see if or not they will be able to bring that consistency through in a map which we kind of peg towards them having the most advantage at.
Yeah, I still think that Blacklist International probably hit like a speed bump somewhere through, but even game 1, despite the fact that they didn't get much points, I still feel like they still got it. They still kind of know how to navigate these kind of situations. And obviously, when it comes down to Kalahari, you can always expect them to go to Refinery. That is pretty much public knowledge at this point.
Yeah. Let's see if or not any of these teams are going to get stuck in a fight. Blacklist International in Refinery on towards the left of the map. You will see Seven Fingers. Hopefully, for the sake of Seven Fingers, they do not come across any of these players from Blacklist International, or else it will not be a day where they can redeem themselves, right? Or at least not a match that they can redeem themselves at. Ladies have been doing quite bad in the competition, but Seven Fingers, they've been doing considerably worse compared to them, sitting down in the 18th position so far, and only 17 kills in total. And now the ladies have found Geek Fam. Are they gonna be able to take the Titans down? Anish needs to be really, really careful. Show you as well as Exact Apis going in with the nade as well. This is gonna be dangerous territory, but Apis fires back, and Baby Boo is on the ground. Anish, is she gonna be able to reach there in time? Time Turner gets pulled out, and it's not gonna be as easy. Anish may be the next victim for the side of Apis here. One nade is all it's gonna take to snuff out Baby Boo. He's just gonna bait. He's just gonna Anish, and he doesn't even need to wait. A beautiful shot from afar knocks her down.
And this is where the point that we made earlier about ladies is going to come true. Challenging Geek Fam. Pretty good opening, I would say, but Geek Fam are just the better team overall. I think they've already took out 2 members from the ladies. So unfortunately, ladies, they had a good opening, but sometimes you have to land those shots. And of course, when Exact finds those vantage points and you're not careful, the outcome would just be you getting knocked out. Good attempt from ladies, but not good enough.
Sometimes you don't stir the hornet's nest, right? I mean, yes, secret movement now, not allowing Mustachio to make his point about the ladies. Juice gonna be running across Victory, taking hold of the roof will be able to rain all of the bullets down onto the fast kill team. Secret Movement taking over this compound, but unfortunately for them, they're just not that good at ending it. Nate finally comes through for one, but it's just a little bit too late. Fikri still holding on to the roof. The one guy who has been able to bring all of the damage on to Team Fast Kill so far, but all they can do is just knock those players down again and again and again. Not one kill has been picked up, and now Fikri getting fired back against. This is the end for Secret Movement. One isn't going to be able to take a 4-on-1 situation, and we might just see them snuffed out. There you go.
Oh, 2 games in a row, Secret Movement just did not have a footing. First, in round 1, it was by Geek Fam, and right now, and in the second round, it was by Fast Kill. They are not having a good time at all. At this rate, I think Secret Movement might drop down to even 11th place. Actually, wow, they're already in 11th place.
Yeah.
But there's a chance that Secret Movement might drop down to 12th. Like, if they continue this trajectory, their playoff chances will be hanging in the balance.
Endzone MY, right? Really curious now as to how well they are going to perform in the competition, because they are sitting down in the 13th spot. And all of the predictions at the start of the day seem to be coming through, and for obvious reasons, right? Because the prediction was today is the final day. All of these teams are going to go all out. There's just nothing left for them to, hold back for, right? And even the ladies, they've taken that to heart for sure. They started off the very, very early fight against Geek Fam. But once again, for teams like that who haven't been able to find that many points, I think it would have been slightly safer to try to make their way into that final zone. That being said, I understand how the ladies feel. Time and time again, they've tried playing that tactic. They've tried getting to that final zone, but they keep getting caught out. They keep getting caught out in some sort of a situation, and they almost always lose those gunfights. Mechanical ability for ladies, I expect it to improve, though, for the next season of FFMC, because not many squads get the opportunity to rub shoulders with some of these big titans in here, Husky.
Yeah, absolutely. Legend will be the second team to make contact with Geek Fam for round number 2, and let's see how they hold up. Because knowing Geek Fam, if Geek Fam feels threatened enough, they will, go on the hunt. But I think Legend have a pretty cozy compound to work with. I don't think Geek Fam is gonna move on forward, and that's gonna be the case. Geek Fam will bunker down somewhere else and see where this circle heads towards. There's still plenty of time before most of these teams will even need to move.
Yeah. Legends, the squad that is looking to replace Secret Movement in the 11th position. And quite honestly, based on where and how they've performed last week, I do not see that being an impossible situation at all. But as I say that, Endzone MY, they might get snuffed out in a moment. Freedom Rumble is in the fray here, and Case is just caught out in the open. It's going to be a numbers game, eventual end for him if he doesn't secure himself, or at the very least, he might just be able to stay a little quiet here.
Yeah, we'll see a Freedom Rumble. It's gonna be interesting. Enzo MY, they really want to squeeze into the 13th place, but gotta get past Freedom Rumble. First, Black League International, though, they are not gonna sit back. They're gonna charge straight into Red Shoot, but Sans and Zhao, they both take a 1, and Sem9, they're also chipping in as well. Sem9 wiping out Black League International and Red Shoot, and this is what Sem9 does best. They come in, they see 2 different teams fighting, they be like, you know what, we're gonna reap most of the soul, and Zen just casually turns around. Black is International taken out. No chance at all.
Oh, merciless, absolutely merciless. And now Sem9 will not need to go anywhere at all. 7 Fingers are walking literally right into their hands, and we might just see all of these fingers cut off, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Shura will have the prime position, the advantage in terms of verticality to spot out the players from 7 Fingers, so it's all just going to be a game of wait and see. But Red Shoot has got Zal, who has got literally the watchtower, the roof of that watchtower. And if you're talking about the advantage of a vertical lighting, this guy has got that bird's eye view, Husky.
Whoa, what? Did you see that? Well, I guess not. I guess not anymore. We just jinxed it.
Dude, you see, here's the thing, right? I'm a huge fan of Avatar, and in Avatar, they talk about Turok Makto, right? They talk about how do you go in and what's the name of that big winged beast again? Totally forgot.
I'm sorry to disappoint you. I don't watch Avatar.
What? Oh my God, Husky, you are a disappointment, my friend.
No, I told you I grew up watching different shows. I grew up watching Blossom, Bubbles, Buttercup, Dexter Laboratory.
So did I.
All,
So did I.
Power Rangers. I used to buy
Maybe
CDs of
Power
Power Rangers. Okay. Yeah.
I remember the VCR days where we had to like rewind our tapes. Some of the young
Yes.
ones listening. Right? VCR, what's that?
I'm just glad that I get to live through the transitional period. So at least I experience every sort of things. You know, like your diskettes, your monitor with the helmet. I mean the screen that looks like a visor. Your cassettes, all those stuffs.
You and I are probably, one of the lucky ones from that generation that gets to experience all of these things, because I don't think technology has grown this fast for any of the previous generations, right? I mean, just look at how games have improved. And just like we discussed earlier, it is just the players of Seven Fingers walking right into the hands of Sem9. Miro with the opportunity will be able to snuff all of them out, jumps away towards Newbie because that backup is very much important. Zik will not be able to do much. They turn things around. Zik gets taken down by a nade, and then the flash comes through as well. Seven Fingers, chop, just like that, Husky.
Oh, 7-9 about to clap right back. They didn't have a decent round one, so this is a good chance for them to hold on to the positioning. And oh my goodness, look at 7-9, 11 kills. What is odd with all these front runners? No, AKO had double digits. 7-9 already hit double digits. We are gonna see a bloodbath later on. Endzone MY still in this game, but 7-9 Miro. Oh, a long range shot onto fast kill. Afik is down. Roy from AKO finds speed and rumbles Cop as these Titans, they are not holding back. They are actually going ham. Shura now finds the big fish. It is Geek Fam. And 7-9, they need to make this count.
The bullet penetration right there. Freedom Rumble in the back gets taken out by auto knockout. Newbie, trouble is approaching. Afik right behind. Here comes that flash. He needs to get away. Newbie, double vector gets pulled out. He doesn't get it done, but at least the time turner buys him a little bit more time. Zen is gonna go in for the flush. Manages to get that elimination as well. And Sem9 is on freaking fire. Hazik drops by with his own double vector to see if or not he can eliminate Zen. But it's a game of cat and mouse as he pulls out all of those glue walls, and Shoyu gets dropped by Zen as well, but Zen finally gets taken out. Beautiful launcher comes out from the back, but this is just a fight that Sem9 refuses to go down in. Geek Fam still taking all of those shots at them.
Oh, Shura, the disrespect. He actually used the sight to knife down Geek Fam, but now Sem9 caught in a bad spot because a third party has joined. And throughout all this chaos, they only lost one guy. I'm surprised the Fast is about to make the casualty a bit more costly as they take on Miru. Sem9 down to the last two guys. As Zen OP still alive, but there's not much place for him to go. Turns around, finishes off what Shura started, and that's going to be Apis. As Lady is at the same time eliminated by Legend, but look at where 7-9 is. Basically huddled behind all these glue walls, and all the utilities might be the end of them. Exact, the last member alive for his team, will take out two members of AKO, but he is starting to be in a bad spot. Zen shows up with a grenade launcher, takes out the members of Fast Kill. There's still some enemies nearby, but 7-9 somehow holding on. They are not going down. Just playing
bro, how many people are these guys gonna kill, man, Husky?
Too good! 15! About to make it more! Exact take out Endzone MY, and Exact, they found him! Here comes 7-9! Number 16 on the board! 3 more teams left! It's gonna be Legend, 7-9, and Fast Kill. Legend has the full squad alive. That is the important part.
Numbers game. Is Sem9 going to be able to continuously aggress? Double nades getting tossed towards Shura, but the glue wall will be able to protect him. The container right in front of him as well. Legend! Calvin gets taken down by Zed, and that elimination hasn't dropped through just yet. They might be able to pick him right back up, but the damage has already been put forth. Sem9, and right now they will be able to close the gap up. Glue wall being popped up one after another. Team fast kill eliminated in the background. Orange, 70 HP, gets down as well. Come on, Sem9, unreal, but Legend, they will strike back and pick the booyah up for themselves. We talked about this in the 12th position to replace secret movement, and that's exactly what they sought out to do here, Husky, to replace secret movement.
Yeah, I think they actually done it. I think they have finally put secret movement on the ropes, but well, Sem9 didn't get the booyah, so congratulations to Legend for winning out this round. But Sem9, I think they ended the match with 17, 18 kills. Like, I'm not even complaining if they didn't get the booyah. They basically got a free booyah from the amount of kills that they've gotten. So they extend the distance between them and Auto Knockout and also Geek Fam and remain in first place.
26 kills in total. I mean, Auto Knockout was playing catch-up gameplay, and Auto Knockout almost caught up based on the previous game, but Sem9 just said hell to the no, and they went guns blazing. Unfortunately for them, Legend, they are fighting for the top 12 position as well. As much as it means to Sem9, it definitely means tons more to the team that is trying to qualify in here for the finals. A prize pool, double prize pool, who will say no to that? But you know, as it stands, these teams have definitely stepped it up from week 3 moving into week 4. They definitely have gotten used to the shuffle of those groups as well. Welcome back, Leslie.
Woo! What had just happened? There was a chaos, and all I see is about Zan from Sem9. He was crazy there. They just got knocked out by 2 members, so they only have 2 members left, which Zan and another guy, I forgot his name. But that time he was only getting 7 kills after being, chaotic and everything, and then he got 10 kills in total. I'm like, what is this guy like playing solo game right here? It's like this is actually Malaysia Championship, not Malaysia Solo Championship, but he is able to kneel right there and still stand strong up until the last, very last minute where they got 3rd place in this game, right? Is it?
Sem9 got
That was-
second. Yeah, Sem9 got second
place.
It's okay. It's okay to feel confused. I mean, they
Crazy,
can be in
crazy
last
ending.
place and they still have more than 12 points. These are the kind of games that make the team that gets the booyah look like it doesn't really matter because they don't have enough points to keep up. Honestly, any team that wins that ends a game with more than 22 points is exemplary performance, because the average should be around 20 to 22 points. If you get more than that means that you are having a fantastic round.
Yeah, I mean, if you hit 24, if you can equalize, 12 kills to 12 placement points, pick that booyah up as well. If you can, do even better than that, i.e. get more kills than you can possibly get with your placement points, that's when you're really, really playing Free Fire to its best in this competition, right? And, and that's exactly what Sem9 has sought out to do. That's exactly what Auto Knockout sought out to do early on as well. But it's a little unfortunate this time round for AKO, wasn't it, Leslie?
Yeah, I mean, AKO had been performing really well in the first game. Then second game, not really that well. But I was thinking that, okay, maybe they are not so good, but they are still able to catch up, Sem9. But right now, after the second game, I'm like, okay, I'm so sorry that you really couldn't reach out Sem9 right now. And right here, ladies, again, they have been always the first or second team to be knocked out. But it's so fortunate they still have one more girl left. Then they got like 3rd team to be knocked out. So I think it's pretty decent for this game because they are not the first team to be knocked out. So I think I'm kind of happy for them. And Yeah, this is the round standing for our previous game. And right here for Sam 9. Oh, I actually expected more from them because I think I was thinking that Sam 9 was getting that booyah, but it's not. Sam 9 was taking the second place with 9 points and 17 kills. I think this is the highest throughout the lake stage, right, Musasho?
I think another team got 18. Was it Freedom Rumble or Team Fast?
Yeah.
I think the biggest
I
was
think
18.
yeah, it's
Oh my
either
God.
or during the very
Almost,
first
almost.
match.
But this is one of the legendary and very very epic because 17 kills. It's
Yeah.
half of the teams right there, and 26 points in total. And Legend is getting 5 kills, not that bad. And with placement point 12, they have been really performing. I think so because from week 1 till now, we can see how Legend has been rise up from 11 place, 10 place, and right now at the top 2 playing against Group B, gentlemen. Can you imagine
Yeah.
that? How good they are right now? Like,
Yeah, solid,
I'm-
right?
I'm- yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
go on,
I'm
go on.
speechless because Legend making me speak because I have been seeing them from 10, then now jumping up to 5th or 4th last week, and then right now at top 2. I think they have been really performing, and I think that you should keep up your pace because I know this is the last 2 days and you are able to get into the top 12 right now, but in terms of prize pool, I guess you wanted to take more home right there. And Gig Fam is taking 3rd place with 17 in total, 10 kill points. Not that bad, not that shabby. And Fast Kill, 8 kill points and 16. Auto Knockout, 8 points in total. And Auto Knockout, I would say that they were not really performing that well in this game, but they are able to take the 5th place, which is not that shabby. But I mean, if you wanted to catch up to Sam 9, you really have to move a little bit faster. And Endzone.my had not been performing since last week with 6 in total and 0 in kill points. Ladies, 4th in placement and 0 in kill points and total 4 points. Freedom Rumble coming up next with Rich Shoot PXG Extreme 8 and 9. And 10, we have 7 Fingers. They're finally not at the 12th placement, pretty impressive. And Blacklist International, I would say that I really didn't expect they are the first team to be knocked out. I mean, they are the second team. Yeah, they were the second team to be knocked out, and I was so surprised because that was the game between Sam 9, Red Shoot and Blacklist International, and they were the first one to be knocked out. So, whoa, Legend! Oh my God, Legend is getting that 9th place right here, ladies and gentlemen. And Sam 9 definitely is still securing the 1st place, but they are just 26 points away from Auto Knockout. I actually expected more of that, but yeah, Auto Knockout have been really performed in game 1. So, congratulations to Auto Knockout. Just a little bit more, just a little bit more. If you are like going crazy, it's just like in game 1, then you probably is gonna catching up right in front of Sam 9. And Gig Fam taking that 326. I would say Gig Fam were not really performing that good. I mean, not like amazingly good, not the typical Gig Fam we have seen, but they are still in the 3rd place right there. What was happening, Husky?
I guess the easiest way to say it is that we're looking at some teams really losing their footing. I think Secret Movement are starting to lose steam. That's for sure. Like they might be in 10th place right now, but think about it. Sorry Raw and Overdose LT, they have not played a single game. Secret Movement bombed out 2 games in a row, which is pretty unfortunate. Endzone MY, their chances are getting slimmer and slimmer because the distance between them and 12th place is getting more. It's getting wider, and whichever team under after Endzone MY probably will not have too much of a chance either.
Yeah, I would say that as well because Endzone.my, I understand their pressure because in Group B, it's really not that easy. You wanted to shine through all the teams right there. As well, you looking at Sam 9 and Auto Knockout, they have been going crazily. And Gig Fam right now, it's not really performing, but still able to secure 3rd place. I would say that is amazing. And Freedom Rumble, 290 point. And Freedom Rumble, I actually didn't really see them playing that well today, right, Musasho?
They're doing just enough, right? I guess we don't really shine a lot of light onto them. It's because of expectations as well, right? We talk a lot about Geek Fam because we expect something, we just don't see it. We talk a lot about, Blacklist International, but we don't see it. Freedom Rumble, what we expect is what we get. We expect them to be able to kind of fare really, really well and get through to the top 12 without much of an issue. And that's exactly what they're showing us. They have got their moments on top. They've got their moments at the bottom as well. But overall, at least 70 to 80% of the time, it's a positive result for them, which means we don't really need to fuss too much over them, which is the reason why there's just not much focus onto FRU.
Yeah, that's so true. Because just now the last game they were actually facing Auto Knockout. So Auto Knockout had been wiped out Freedom Rumble. So I think that you wanted to shine through this Auto Knockout and Sam 9. It's a pretty hard game, So before that, we are going into the Group A versus Group C for later game. Here's a break, and we will be back and looking forward what's gonna happen later. And I'll see you.
Triple kill. Triple kill. Quateri kill. Triple kill. Quateri kill.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and all of our survivors. Welcome back to our FFMC Wake 4. I'm your host, Leslie. And sorry, gentlemen, I just realized that I forgot to introduce you both from the start of the game. Hi, everyone. And with
It's
me
okay.
alongside, we have amazing postures, AJ and Husky. Hi, guys. How are you doing after
Hi.
the break?
We are used to not being introduced. Nobody wants to know
Whoa,
who we are. You know,
No?
it's okay.
No,
Let's
no, no, no,
I
no, no.
did
Don't,
it
don't listen to
usually.
him. Don't listen.
I'm just playing with you. Let's
Don't listen. That's obviously not the case. It's partially true. It's like partially true, but don't listen to it.
But okay,
Excuse me?
let me throw this out there first, right? What are your expectations by the end of today, based on what we've already seen? Because it could have been a day of the underdogs, it could have been a day of the top teams, and very clearly those that are a part of Group B and one team from Group A, which is Geek Fam, trying their very best to scratch and claw their way up to the top. Do you expect the day to kind of change, guys, or pretty much of the same?
I think it's pretty much the same. I mean, I would be surprised if the last 4 matches shows us otherwise, right? Because based on the trajectory that we're heading, one of their matches with almost 30 points. That's basically them wiping out half the server. So if we continue down this road, I think by the end of the day, it's either Sem9 or AKO, with Geek Fam and Blacklist International probably following close behind. For the other teams, we need to see a bit more. I'm not that sure.
Yeah.
Honestly, I have a different perspective from you guys, as I didn't really look at the top teams. Instead, I look at the middle bracket, which is like included for X-Men Expert, Legend, Overdose. I think in the middle bracket, it's probably having more changes and more shuffling after today, I would say, because I have watched the games they have played, and for X-Men Expert, Legend, Overdose, they have been impressive. You know, so if they can keep up the pace like last week they did, I think the middle bracket is gonna be a huge changes. Included if Legend is still playing as legendary as last week, they are probably gonna climb up to for X-Men Expert, because it's just 20 points away right now.
Yeah, exactly. I do not disagree with you guys at all, right? We might be able to see the midsection shuffle a little bit crazier because of exactly what you pointed out, Leslie. The combination between Group A and Group C, we see a lot of the teams within Group C able to step up, and 4X-Men Expert have been a perfect example for that. Before the shuffle, they were all right. They were, I would say, mediocre. After the shuffle, on the other hand, these guys look like they're a little bit OP, and they might be able to bag a back-to-back booyah. I will not be too surprised at all. And yes, we have seen the big teams kind of go in there and kick things around, but that's as far as Group B is involved in the whole fray of things, right? So really interested to see when Group A goes up against Group C, if one team will be able to, I guess, reign supreme yet again, or maintain their consistency, Geek Fam. Because we kind of expected, or I kind of expected them to dominate Group C, but instead, the reverse is kind of happening, isn't it, Husky?
Yeah, definitely. And no, I don't think Geek Fam struggling is abnormal at this point. I think throughout the entire group stage, we've been making a lot of speculations. We've been saying that maybe Geek Fam is trying out, maybe they are, but it also affirms something else, which is other teams are catching up, and Geek Fam aren't as dominant as they were, at least if you compare from the MCP Major, which also means that even if Geek Fam doesn't end up in first place, it's no big surprise. Now, I think they should let that expectation off their chest a bit and just focus on qualifying for the playoffs first, and then that's where you put everything into the final 6 rounds and trying to secure that first place.
I think probably it's like that as well, because I talked to Hazik a little bit from Geek Fam, and I think that they are not really practicing that much lately, but probably they will be up game for their final, because they have been showing us crazy games every time when we go to grand final. So the lake stage, they might not be shining a lot, but grand final, I'm looking much forward to Gig Fam, honestly. So at the middle bracket instead, as we have talked about, like some of the teams they have been really shining through and probably is taking over the top bracket as well. But that is a little bit harder because it's like about 100 points away right now. Even like, for X-Men Expert, they are pretty much the best of the middle bracket. But right now they are still 100 points away. So I think it's just like what Husky say. You just have to squeeze into top 12 and be qualified into the grand final. And right now we have the upcoming game, which is the game 3, where Group A versus Group C. And Group C, we are having most of the middle bracket teams right here playing against each other. So ladies and gentlemen, right here is the game 3, and I would like to hand over to our amazing cast. Take it away.
Thank you very, very much, Leslie. Just to throw in a couple of more points to what you were saying earlier on, right, Husky, as to Geek Fam, will they be able to rise up to the top? This is technically their best opportunity. They don't really have a lot of the big squads in here who are within the top 5 to kind of take this fight up against them, right? Yes, you do have Sem9. Sem9's in Group B. Do you potentially see Geek Fam picking the Booyah up here?
Yes. I see potential, but I'm not going to say that it's going to happen 100%. There is always a chance. I feel like Geek Fam, like a lot of other teams, always has the chance to get a Booyah. But whether they can get that Booyah is a different story. Because the chances are basically based on how they perform so far and what we know about the team. But that is also, without factoring in the variables, right? What if they get caught out? What if a team like Secret Movement comes out and be like, yeah, I don't want Geek Fam to win, I'll just take them out. And what if 2 teams drop in the same zone? 7 Fingers and STP Son of a Gun about to cross their guns. EMG does get spotted out first, and he is in a very bad spot. Kashik will get that first kill.
That was such a bad play. Brings out the time turner at the wrong time, then abandons the time turner, steps out, gets snuffed out anyway. 7 Fingers with Muthu, Zik, as well as Limong. Let's see if or not they will be able to take down STP Son of Gun. Fancry, who has got an amazing position, will be able to report all of the positioning of 7 Fingers to their team members, and Zik and Limong have got close to 0 chances of getting away here.
Yeah, 7 Fingers in a horrible spot. And most of the times when you are stuck in a situation like this, the only way out is a slow and painful death. So yeah, this is going to be his final resting place. And now they know.
What's the? I just want to know what was the step 2 after that. You bring up the glue wall. Then what?
Yeah. You just wait. You just wait. Although I feel like there's a way to slow things down. You use all your utilities so that at least when you die, you don't give anything away to your enemies. Other than that one point.
But or to the benefit of exactly what 7 Fingers did earlier on. Maybe they knew Eternal Watch and Learn was already on the way, and they just thought, if I can buy a few more seconds, I'll make these guys pay for taking us down. Let's just keep them in this compound. STP Son of Gun, they know exactly what's happening. They don't even want to know which squad is on the horizon approaching the hangar. They are just jetting it out of there. They do not want to take a back-to-back fight, and I think that's an excellent decision to pull off here.
Yeah, here you get 4 free points, and just still be greedy. Just get out of there and prepare for the next fight. They don't even have enough resources to fight Eternal Watch and Learn. Not after they invested a chunk of it trying to take down 7 Fingers. Considering 7 Fingers didn't even really have time to loot the STP Son of Gun. This is the kind of play that they need to make, right? We talked about this. They are in 16th place and they're very far away from 12th place. They need 3 good games, and they need Overdose LT to bomb out all those 3 games to even remotely have a chance to squeeze into the playoffs.
And Overdose LT, the probability of them kind of bombing out in here, Gee, I don't know, man, because, they know exactly what is on the line, and we've seen them kind of go in and do what it takes. But Group C, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, has just been that particular group that has been able to outshine the rest only after the shuffle. And Overdose LT has been one of those, underdogs who have been able to use that shuffle as a huge advantage for themselves, just like for X-Men Expert, who've managed to pick up a majority of their booyahs from that shuffle.
Oh yeah, I mean, for X-Men Expert are doing way better than we've ever seen. And when I say better, I'm saying that they made it into top 12, and not just that, they're actually in 7th place. They're ahead of Team Fastkill, which is like a huge achievement, right? Even though it's just 2 points, but it is something. This is their first match of the day, so we'll see if they can take out Red Shoot. And so far, seems like for X-Men Expert, they have been known to lose spade early on. Not too big of a surprise, but definitely not what you want.
And for X-Men Expert already having a terrible start to this day. Let's see if or not they will be able to rise up above Goku, says, maybe I can try. Red Shoot have got a different opinion altogether. Roll in here with the opportunity. The players from 4X-Men Expert out in the open with a couple of, trees just in here to provide a little bit of cover. Not going to be too much at all. Sans opportunity. Maru will not get taken down because of that tree, but they turn it around. Ro gets eliminated straight up by Maru.
Oh, definitely what you want to see. But yeah, Amy is going to take out Maru with the mate, and that's going to put a stop to their onslaught. Beak's gotta get out! On fire, Donkey as well. Oh, Feast loses his life, but, well, gets knocked down at least. But thankfully, Donkey is there to pick him back up. Now, Sorry Raw is gonna keep running, and great distance between themselves and EGMX.
Beautiful, beautiful take by EGMX to kind of slow down Sorry Raw. EGMX will be in trouble if they do not manage the situation properly, right? They are in 15th position right now. Still one of those squads who are fighting for the top 12, and not impossible. It is not impossible for them to make a squeeze in. We have been able to see them step it up little by little over the past few weeks, and this is the final week for them to rise up and shine. Let's see exactly what they have in here to show us. Sorry Raw, one of those teams that have been okay. They haven't done too bad for themselves, but they are most definitely at risk. And although they are at risk, the risk is from a team that's quite far off, right? 36 points, or I have to say 38 points away from Sorry Raw. So yes, at risk, but not that much where they have to feel too nervous and make silly mistakes in this match, Husky.
Yeah, I mean, is the only few teams left that has not gotten a single booyah, but still managing to stay in the top 12. The other team, other than Sorry Roar, that is in top 12 with a booyah is of course a Team Fastkill. Even up to this point, they have not got a single booyah, but they stay in top 8, which is a very impressive achievement considering the fact that they never officially won a single round.
That's a very, very good point. And it kind of goes to say, or it kind of goes to emphasize exactly how important those skill points are, right? Yes, you don't really go in with those placements. Kai is just playing with fire right now as he goes round and round the players of Overdose, but none of them taking any pot shots against him. Be able to kind of fire down all of those shots. Kaizo's already, prepared with the nade in hand, waiting for Kai to hop off of that bike, but I don't think that's going to be coming through. He's waiting for all of the rest of his team members to jump in to this fight with him as well.
I feel like we've seen this before. Just Legend hopping onto the bikes, just making donuts around, making rounds around a pound. And it feels like they're doing a stakeout, see who is there, how to approach it, and then afterwards they strike. But who else is doing a stakeout is Geek Fam, and Geek Fam, they don't hesitate. About to take on EGMX in full force, and V2 will be the first point of contact, and Shoyu will just blatantly win that out without much contest. X-Dag is a sniper, takes out Reza. There's 2 down, and it's gonna be 3. All Geek Fam not stand a chance. Just comes in and gets a full team wipe.
That's so squeaky clean. One of those detergent brands can sponsor Geek Fam, bro. I mean, they go in there, they clean out that house. I mean, during the pandemic, it would be an amazing opportunity to promote the brand. I mean, think about it, guys. Sponsorship, Geek Fam, go in, hop on.
Yeah, and, but on the other side, Eternal Watch and Learn, they also have something going on. It's against STP Son of Gun Muscave. Will take out Adam, and STP Son of Gun left with 2 members left. Miros and Fan Cry. Well, now it's just Miros. Completely trapped behind the palm tree, and with the circle closing in from the other side. Let's see if Miro can at least take 1 guy with them. Pulls out Time Turner, takes a Demon, goes with the reload, and gets the finisher off. Better than what STP Son of Gun would have gotten in that situation. Raja finishes him off, but at least STP Son of Gun walks away with 1 kill.
Yeah, 1 kill from that fight. Did they walk away with 5 kills in totality, or was that just that 1?
I think it's just... Oh, in total? No, from that fight, it's just 1. But
Okay.
of the entire round, I think it's 5. Yeah.
Okay.
Because they did...
I thought I saw 5, but I wasn't so sure as to which particular nameplate that was. I totally missed that. Oh, it's gonna be Geek Fam now. Sorry, Raw coming in here with a flash. Is this gonna be that surprising moment from the underdogs? Arpis turns around, takes down Mantai. It's gonna be Shark now who goes in for the delete. Show you on the ground. Isaac as well as Arpis as well. Exact, the final player. Is he gonna be able to hold on for his brothers? Because if he does go down, it's gonna be all over. Exact, beautiful shot, and he doesn't go in for the delete. He needs to go on for Sean. Shark right there in front of him. Exact with the opportunities onto the snipes, but one team from the right. I don't know if Exact is gonna be able to do this. He gets eliminated by Phoenix. Sorry, Raw just took down Geek Fam.
Wow, huge move by Sorry Roar. Exact was so close to clutching it out, but Phoenix just wraps around the corner with using that glue wall as cover, and he takes out Exact, takes out Geek Fam. And wow, I wait. This is Geek Fam's 3rd round, right? So yeah. I think it's the 3rd round. Rounds.
Yeah.
So
no, I thought I heard you say, is Geek Fam still around? I was like, wow, I thought they got taken out. My apologies. Misheard you.
Yeah, it's the 3rd round. And not looking too hot. But hey, good one, Sorry Roar. Now the battle just got a bit more interesting. We don't really have... I think most of the teams left are teams that, are trying to qualify or just trying to extend their lead. We have Red Shoot, you have EGMX, STP Son of Gun. You also have who else? I think to a certain extent, Eternal Watch and Learn, they still want to do more. They're sitting in 6th place, and the distance from them and Blacklist International is like 40 points. So that's a lot.
Yeah. Either way of, however you want to take the theory of why Geek Fam is performing the way Geek Fam is performing, that situation was definitely a surprise to them. I don't think they expected to get taken down in that way. But when you play a strategy where, you want to hold back, you don't want to really aggress up with so many points, it puts you in a sticky situation where the RNG gods are just not kind to you. Even a team like Sorry Raw can stop by and absolutely snuff you out. And that's exactly what we just saw. And, the wake-up call here that I probably think is the case for Geek Fam is you can't really leave things to the last minute. They thought that, maybe if they come in here and shine the brightest that they have throughout the whole leagues, it might be enough. They didn't take into account how much the other squads have.
Legend just gonna make a beeline into that safe zone. Definitely the better move. Overdose LT tried to gatekeep, but at a very awkward position on the map. But Legend, do they really want to take on these kind of fights? I feel like they could just move into the zone, but I guess they are now just trying to do some scouting, and Kai, have to be really careful.
Yeah,
these guys are dancing.
They're
playing with fire.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Overdose taking a far off shot, and Orin actually gets eliminated. Vegeta will be able to respond, but that's just with a knock. And from so far away, one with those snipes back to back for secret movement. Are we going to be able to see them kind of just third party this whole situation and pick all of the kills up?
Again, I feel like Legend are making a very poor decision to go for those kind of like split roam, because now they just lost 2 guys for no reason.
Yeah.
And obviously for secret movement right now, they can they are trying to make up for the losses in the first 2 rounds to get those individual pickoffs. The blue goes to close in, and one got to land those shots, doesn't land it, and secret movement will also have to start moving into the circle.
But this guy now, he's out in the open. One has probably just stirred the hornet's nest, and he regrets it because those players know exactly where he is. And as he tries to squeeze into the safe zone, it's not going to be the most safest of situations for him to get stuck in. Sorry, Raw, right in front of Overdose. 4X-Man Expert holding on with Jabat. Secret movement onto the left-hand side of the screen, but it was Overdose. Beautiful vehicle explosion caused there as they will take that player out. Which I don't think Sorry Raw is too phased about at all. I mean, they're still in here with the split, and they are both firing at Overdose at the same time.
Legend just lost a 3rd guy because of that decision making. I mean, it doesn't make sense to me. You know, if you want to take on a team, you bring the whole squad. You can't just send one guy on a bike, one guy on a tricycle, one guy on a I don't know, a car. The idea was to gather intel, but I don't know. It feels really weird. Now Legend are on the back foot, and in a pretty horrible spot. So the other teams, they now have a clearer route into the circle and potentially, you know, get the booyah.
I think it's a very silly play coming in here from Legend because they are banking on the fact that if they are able to just pick just a few placement points, they will be able to guarantee themselves the top 12 spot. But you know, that might just end up in a Geek Fam situation, right? Where you underestimate the competition that you've got in front of you. Endzone MY is definitely going to be hustling up. Movement, secret movement. Farah's getting taken down, not by the blue zone. It is Venom 96 with that far off shots. But sorry, Raw was chipping in as well. Eternal Raja onto the left-hand side. Red Shoot with the opportunity for the backstab if the players from Eternal Watch and Lin do leave their spot, because, you know, there's literally no cover whatsoever. So Eternal Watch and Lin, they need to take Zal out of the equation first. Zal, on the other hand, will be able to get a knock onto Venom 96, but that's just a small teaser. Beautiful nade will fall through. Zal almost taken down. One more nade is all it's gonna take, and it happens! Venom 96 double through, and they get that elimination.
Oh, very important one as well. You kind of take out one of the angles that you needed to watch. So now we're down to 4 teams. Eternal Watch and still has an opportunity, but look at this. They split the manpower, but it also allows them to cover multiple angles. Raja's bike is on fire. My buddy, you gotta get off. It's possible. He does disembark, but the rest of his team now gonna try to catch up. Venom takes out stands. I don't know how he does that, but he somehow makes it happen. And also at the same time, Sorry Roar making their own move. Rich PSG Extreme have been taken out, and it's between Sorry Roar and Eternal Watch and Learn. This is and also 4X-Man Expert. Jabat is the last man left alive for the team. And look at Muske just trying to get those partial in from long range. Jabat hiding behind the blue wall. This is pretty messy though. Sorry Roar pushing forward. Muske needs to turn around, but those blue walls making it so hard. And Shark with the cover fire takes him out. But Venom retaliates. Great shot onto Feeks. This is a close one, and it's going to be a 2 versus 1.
Killing spree.
Let's see if Eternal Raja will be able to go in here for the snap out. Or is Sorry Raw going to just surprise all of us? Nope, the absolute reverse happens. Beautifully played by Eternal Watch and Learn. Raja the king, but Venom 96 the MVP. Such back-to-back excellent shots taken by this sniper from Eternal Watch and Learn. Aske.
Yeah. Wow. Finally, they got another booyah after so long, and I think for Eternal Watch and Learn, I'm happy. I am honestly, satisfied with how they perform in FFMC and whether they get better standings or whatnot. I'm not going to, how to put it, like I'm already satisfied. I'm already content with what I see. If you compare Eternal Watch and Learn from here and MCP,
MCP
that's
majors. Yeah.
it's like a huge difference. They are just so much cleaner. For this league.
Yeah. Worlds freaking apart, right, for the squad. And, dropping into FFMC, they've been able to show us that they are one of the top squads of Malaysia for sure. But, just like what we've seen in the groupings, just like what we've seen whenever, those shakeups happen, some teams are just the kryptonite that Watch and Learn kind of faced in MCP, but dropping in here for the FFMC, obviously they look to turn things around, and they do exactly that. Because of that final round, because of that final play, was a testament, was an example as to how they've been approaching the competition so far. Leslie, what did you think of that victory?
That was amazing, especially Watch and Learn as well as Sorry Raw. I would really like to shout out to Sorry Raw.
Yes.
They have been, they have a really good tactic in a way, chemistry, and in terms of how they actually managed to pull out the whole squad against GigFam. That game was fantastic because they wiped out GigFam for 2% at first, and I'm like, okay, they have another 2, and Zach is still on the play. And I actually think that Zach have a really, really good planning right there, because he knows that it's only 2 of them left, and then 1 it's under casualty, so he's trying to find a way turn around to help one of the teammates to revive. And then at the meantime, he put a glue wall right there. But it's so unfortunate right there. Sorry Raw had another member right behind of him, and then just poof, and he was gone.
Yeah.
I was so shocked about that. In terms of gameplay, Sorry Raw was really good. In terms of luck, I would say GigFam is really not in the luck in this game. What about you, Musasho? What do you think?
I think GeekFam's the kind of squad that builds their own luck. They don't depend on the game to kind of dish it out for them, and they made their own bad luck in there, right? We kind of saw their movements just moments before they ended up in that fight with Sorry Raw. They put themselves in a unpredictable situation like that by zooming around on those motorcycles. If they had played a safer game, like what Sem9 usually does, take over compounds, hold on to that compound, watch for the safe zone, probably they might have gotten a better placement, but it's... GeekFam fans aren't going to be happy to hear me say this, but it's probably a little bit of the ego and some of the wins that they've been able to take up quite easily within the Malaysian scene that might have contributed to that, Leslie.
You mean they're a little bit overconfident right here in this game? That might be the case as well, because they have been not being really aggressive since day one, I would say, because they can be aggressive, but they choose to not. So right now, even they wanted to, it's a little bit harder because everyone has been used to super aggressive play, as well as all the meter team. Even they are at the meter bracket, they have been performing really well since last week. So in this case, I'm a little bit worried about GigFam. So right here for the Eternal Watch and Learn versus Sorry Raw, I would say, is that Red Shoot instead? Red Shoot, right?
Sorry Raw.
Okay. Yeah, I would say this gameplay, it's pretty good for Watch and Learn as well, because I was thinking that, okay, Watch and Learn, it's probably gonna be wiped out. They only have 2 members left, but instead, they are able to secure that booyah instead and getting that 10 kills. That was pretty vulgar, I would say, because they got 6 kills at first, and then they got another 4 kills by having 2 members left. What is that play? Wow, Watch and Learn. I would say that they have a good week right here to be kickstart for the week 4. And place one point, they're getting 12 and kill points 10, in total 22. Sorry Raw, it's getting second place, and place 1.9 and kill points 6. It's really a good game for Sorry Raw as well. 15 in total. Rich Shoot PXG that shabby, 11 in total. Overdose LT 10 points in total and 4 kills. GigFam instead at the 5th place that we are expecting more of them, maybe the top 3 in the next game, because they only have the last game of the day. Maybe a little bit overconfident, so they might be just maybe they have to change a little bit in terms of their gameplay right here with 9 total points. For X-Men Expert, 9 as well, same as Geekfam, and STP Son of Gun, 7.5 kill points. And I would really like to highlight about for X-Men Expert what was happening in the previous game actually, because I didn't really catch their performance right there, Husky.
I think for X-Men Expert, they did okay. It was kind of like a normal. It's just a very common round for them. I don't think they did anything extraordinary. But you probably heard me talk a bit about Legend. They had a pretty good chance. I'm not gonna lie, they had a pretty good chance.
Yeah.
And they blew it. They had 4 men left alive, and then all of them just decided, you take a walk here, I'll take a walk somewhere else, and they all just died for no reason. They all died alone. Like I was devastated. Imagine, like they had such a good opportunity. So that was a sad part. It could have been something else. I think if they actually stuck together and made a better call, they probably would have had a chance to contest the Booyah. But with that aside, I think everything else is kind of what we expected, probably other than Geekfam getting taken out that early.
Yeah.
Yep, I think that is true. And as well as we saw that Legend is actually at the 9th place, but they are not actually far away from 10, 11, 12, till the 13, only they have a little bit of gap. So Legend, you might be watch out about that, because it's only 2 points away from Secret Movement and Sorry Raw, and they have been performing. So I think Legend really shouldn't be overconfident right here, and still need to keep up the space, because I think that Secret Movement and Sorry Raw will be taking over the 9th place. So ladies and gentlemen, right here will be the Kalahari, which is our 4th game of the day. Group A versus Group C. And here's our amazing casters. Please take it away.
Appreciate it, Leslie. You know what, Husky? The one squad that'll definitely have their eyes peeled for this particular matchup is most definitely gonna be Blacklist International. I just noticed that Eternal Watch and Learn has been very slowly sneaking up towards them.
Yeah. surprise, they just come out of nowhere. Honestly, like if we somehow end up with Eternal Watch and Learn ahead of Blacklist International, I would definitely be surprised, but at the same time, I'll be like, yeah, good on you, Eternal Watch and Learn. Not to say that Blacklist International aren't good, but yeah, I feel like, if you are already really good, people are gonna enjoy seeing other teams overtake you. But before that, you gotta hold that thought, because Forest Bank Expert have found their first victim, and it's Red Shoot PXG Extreme. Oh, no! My man! What was that sound? How can you do that? Just pops out and he's like, say hello to my little shorty. Takes out 2 guys.
Oh, goodness me. If this was not an official stream, I would be swearing my head off, because that was literally the best situation for a surprise, my friend. Are we going to be able to see Fikri work his way back through? No, he has got a knockdown. Move 1 in the situation as well. 7 Fingers trying to get the absolute unthinkable done onto the players of Secret Movement, but it is proving to be absolutely difficult. Limok now, beautiful shot on towards Fikri, eliminates him from the equation. He's going to have the backup with Zik, but Move has got Yat right in front of them. No nades in the hands of Yat, which is the reason why 7 Fingers still alive, Aske.
For some reason, yeah. Secret Movement. I mean, 7 Fingers still staying. Well, I wouldn't say strong, because they don't have any supplies. Yeah, never mind. So Zeke will be the only person still remaining. And I hate to say this, but in true 7 Fingers fashion, this is what it has come to. So they just have to play the survival game.
Yeah, and it's okay. It's okay. I just want to see, for teams like 7 Fingers, for teams like Ladies, unfortunately, STP Son of Gun, NX Max All-Star, it's a case of, I want to see how well they do in the next season. I want to see how much they improve in the next season. I mean, That's just no use taking the shots or the pot shots against these guys anymore already, because unfortunately that's just where they stand. Not because they are that bad, it's because all of their competition is just that much better, right? There's just no way. They've tried time and time again. Abilities that have been shown by each and every single one of their opponents over multiple rounds. This kind of shows that Seven Fingers is not ready yet. And the word to emphasize there is yet, because we have seen them step up in a few moments that kind of shows they have what it takes. Now Jabat waiting for the ambush. Zal steps in but does not manage to pull it off just the way the players from Red Shoot did earlier moments ago. Now he will run out. Jabat trying to survive. Time Turner right in front of him, and the cat and mouse game just seems to be playing out well for this guy. He survives just to kind of pull that timer out a little bit more. But for how longer? How much longer, Husky?
I'm just glad that he made it out. I think for Man Expert now they have to start to get away, to run away. The thing is, yeah, I mean, Jabat is the only guy there. I think his other teammate is very far away. Eternal Watch and Learn now coming in to challenge Red Shoot. Red Shoot, they don't have the man advantage, but let's see what Demon can do. Pops right up. Oh, just good spray down on the head of Rule. He is out and he stands no chance. Zhao also gets eliminated, and Red Shoot are no more.
Unfortunate for Red Shoot. I love the fact that they were playing the exact same strategy. It's just unfortunate that it didn't work with Eternal Watch and Learn. They bring out the Time Turner at the very best moment to make sure that ambush just falls apart. And now Eternal Watch and Learn will have a field day, because ladies are running directly towards them, right into their crosshairs.
And I am excited to see how this is going to turn out, because ladies are fearless. They don't really mind taking on the strongest teams, but even though they haven't won majority of it, but they keep trying. And Maymar gets picked off. Ladies are a bit too far spread out, and that is not good for them. But let's see what the rest of the ladies can do. And Raja just falls to his death. This is a free pickup for Mary. Mary's gonna get it. So the rest of Eternal Watch and Learn, let's see how they clean up ladies.
Let's see if or not Anish will be able to fire on towards Demon 76. Not the best of opponents to be taken on. Demon 96 on the ground. 76 manages to knock Mary onto the ground. Baby Boo won't be able to pick her up just yet. She has got her own battles to sort out as the ladies start running. Baby Boo so low on that HP. Can she do anything? The answer is no. Glue Wall gets taken down. The ladies get taken down. Demon 76 on fire.
Triple kill.
Eternal Watch and Learn picking out the 6th kill. After that encounter. Well, they did suffer a casualty. The ladies were able to do a bit of dent, into Eternal Watch and Learn's lineup. But that's pretty much it. Overdose LT, second match of the day. Haven't seen much of them, at least for the first round. But when they have a good round, they actually put up a pretty impressive performance, sitting in 10th place. But one good game can easily skyrocket them into, a potential top 8.
Let's see if or not Geek Fam will be able to pull off a better round in here, Husky. I mean, they've been quite unfortunate so far in the competition as far as picking that number 1 spot has gone. They've reached close to sniff that number 1 spot, but the other squads continuously kick them down. A lot of expectations on the shoulders of Geek Fam. But through all of those moments where they have been knocked down again and again and again, they have been able to kind of respond accordingly, right? They've been able to kind of shine in their own accord as well. Although we don't see them meeting our expectations, they still sit in that number 2 spot right now.
Oh yeah, which is something that I would say is pretty darn impressive. Considering how things are, right? You don't.
Yeah.
like a lot of things about when it comes to a league and you look at the score. Sometimes when you think of it rationally, you're like, yeah, it doesn't make sense. It shouldn't be like this. This should not be happening. But that's the wonders, right? That expectations can be defied, and maybe this is one of it.
Let's put the numbers out to the audience who's watching. Feeks, unfortunately, falls to his death. Sorry, Raw. Not so sorry. They will have to go and pick his their teammate up. But if Feeks kind of fell right in front of the opponents, that's going to be game over. We don't have eyes on Sorry, Raw. There you go. Thank you so much, guy. The observer's just listening, jumping over to show us exactly what's happening onto Feeks, and he will stand right back up. So not a issue for him at all. So, yeah, throwing the numbers out to the audience. Geek Fam, they are 8 points behind Sem9 in terms of placement points. And in terms of the kills, they are looking at, what are they looking at? 13 kills to catch up with Sem9. Quite honestly, for a squad like Geek Fam, that's not impossible to achieve literally in one round. They can do it right now in this one round, Husky.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. You give like most of the standings that we're looking at right now can be altered in just one round. Either team has one good round and suddenly boom, the whole standing, well, not really falls apart, but you see a great shift, like a tectonic level kind of shift. The top 6 is 1, then you have the bottom, the 7th to 10th place, and then the 11th to 14. Is kind of insane how competitive it is. Sad to say we disregard the bottom 4, but Fan Cry with a massive shot onto Skyzo. Overdose LT will need to take a bit of time to reach the buddy because he is on top of the roof and Flank won't do the bidding. But thankfully for Overdose LT, the angle was not held, so they are able to get the revive up.
Okay, now let's see exactly what will Overdose do kind of to respond, because, I mean, they will be able to take on STB Sons of Guns. It's not going to be a situation that's going to get out of control as far as Overdose concerned. So let's see exactly what happens, right? It will be super important as well for STP to win this particular battle against Overdose, because Overdose are quite comfortable with their placement so far. Cannot say the same for STP.
I would say that Overdose probably feels a bit better as well, even in terms of standing, right? In terms of standing and how they have been playing the entire group stage. I don't know, STP Son of Gun, it feels so lackluster. Like this is the exact same position that they were in, but against stronger teams. So obviously a lot more work needs to be done, but Shoyu is just gonna look for the kill. I think he found it. Wait, did he drop down? Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah,
he's gonna die faster. Yeah, he did.
Exact's like, bro, where you going, my man? I'll be able to take you down either way. Azik has got eyes on the rest of the players from the squad that they are going after. Sorry, Raw. Literally going for revenge here, Husky.
Yeah, I mean, Sorry Raw ruined their game previously. So this is their last round of the day. Like, if there's any chance you want to take revenge, it is now. First Nate gets a tag onto Mantai, and Uplis is going in. This is a 3 versus 4, so Geek Fam definitely had the man advantage, but we've seen what Sorry Raw can do. Meanwhile, off screen, 4 X-Men Expert has been taken out. Sorry Raw also have their own Nace. Exact is on that roof trying to look for a vantage point, but all of Sorry Raw are in that building, so Exact will find it hard to get those snipes off, but we'll see. Blue Wall being set up first. Sorry Raw about to take on this fight. The rush has come through. Oh, the nade not in time. Up he takes on Mantai. The nade gets propped out the door, so a bit off the mark. And this should be Geek Fam kills. I don't think Sorry Raw can stand up to this, and yeah, this is the end.
Yeah, it's way too clean for the side of Geek Fam. Up is almost getting taken down there. Exact does get knocked, but it's not enough. The players from Overdose, they are not able to finish off the players of Geek Fam, and that's just a little too easy. Shoyu will get picked up as well, but the Legends are at the horizon. They might be able to come in here for a surprise takeover.
Not just Legend, Eternal Watch and Learn is also at the horizon. But fortunately for Geek Fam, they are the only team in the circle. Yeah. So all the other squads, they have to start rotating in. And this is probably the best circle that they can get. Well, at least for now, it gives them
Yeah,
the high
yeah.
ground, gives them a lot of vantage point, very decent cover. The only thing that can stop them right now is if the circle
come on.
moves away.
Jerry gets knocked. Venom 96 will need to kind of tank a couple of these shots. It's going to be absolute craziness as Maske gets knocked by Adam. And this is the close quarters combat that we did not want to see STP Son of Gun get stuck in. But STP, they don't mind at all. Beautiful as Exact will be able to chip in. Kachi gets knocked and then eliminated right after. Venom 96, the only player for Eternal Watch and Learn. STP Son of Gun's right down there below them. But the only ones feeding off of both of these squads is the one and only Geek Fan.
Geek Fam finally stepping it up a notch. Down to 5 teams for Geek Fam. Again, this position is just so good. They don't lose anything
Come
when
on!
they intervene. Geek Fam with the 8th kill. And they bring it down to just 4 total teams. And we'll see what the next circle is going to be. Exec continues to pick up those snipes from long range. I don't know how he does that. And the circle says, Geek Fam, this is your round. But let's see if Secret Movement and Legend can make a difference.
Hey, Geek Fam, man. The circle's literally just gifting the round to them. If they don't pick the Booyah up, I'm gonna be super surprised. Hazik is saying, don't worry, Mustachio. Beautiful nade launched to it. Skyzo gets knocked down. Flank as well as Fence will be able to drop right. Mentioned that they took Overdose out earlier. My apologies. Got those teams mixed up. Flank, solo player in here. He won't be able to help Fence out. And here comes the final shot on from the side of Geek Fam. Apis just jumps out of the window, makes Flank kind of waste this time turner. And that was the best opportunity for Flank to, I guess, pull anything up. And right now, he needs to make a move because of the blue zone. He's gonna get caught out just a little bit. But Legend 1, he should be able to get the snuff onto him. Flank's just right there behind him. And absolute chaos has ensued here as the zone will be bringing all of the squads in together here, Husky.
Oh my god, Geek Fam just jumps down in a very aggressive manner. They did lose Shoyu, but this push might just work out. Grenade launcher is there from Hazik. Exact already took out 2 members of Secret Movement, and Secret Movement are out. 1 versus 3 situation. Geek Fam, I think they got this. Calvin's the last man alive. They're just gonna pelt him with those grenades. And Geek Fam, a very standard booyah, but a very much needed one as well.
That particular game just looked way too easy for Geek Fam. And dude, the RNG gods were by their side throughout the whole way. Each and every single circle just falling towards the side of Geek Fam. And that was more than enough. They didn't really need to move. And all they needed to do was gatekeep those other squads. And that's one of the things that Geek Fam does really, really well, Husky.
Yeah, I mean this. I mean, to be fair, if Geek Fam somehow does not win the round, then it really shows how much other teams have improved. It's like a very blanket statement, right? They could have very well not win that round, but at the start of the day, I did say that I think Geek Fam has a chance, and they made use of that final match, and they got the booyah.
And I think
Welcome back,
that
Leslie.
hi gentlemen. So just now that game, I was really eyes on Geek Fam. Honestly, that was the game for them. Definitely, it's not only about the RNG. They have a good position, higher ground in the circle. That is really good. But eventually, they actually jump off and catch up. Watch and Learn, if not mistaken, because they were out of the circle. So they were being really aggressive. They jump down from the high hill and go out of the blue zone and catch the kill, and eventually getting that booyah. I think this is the Geek Fam we have been looking forward to, being aggressive and not playing really safe, because in the past few weeks, I would say these 3 weeks, I never see that Geek Fam has been stand out like this, trying to be aggressive. They have been always being passive and waiting for people to come over. But this time, this is the Geek Fam I would really like to expect. Very, very good game.
Yeah. And they've kind of done the unthinkable. Geek Fam has managed to, I believe, take the #1 spot. Although, once again, they have not been meeting expectations, at least our expectations, because we kind of truly know exactly what they're capable of. So many of these matches, we've seen them absolutely obliterate their opponents. None of that in, the FFMC so far. And yet, even by not showing us any of that. They are back at that number one spot. How is that even? Did you guys see that coming? I sure as hell did not.
Yeah, I mean, I know
Actually,
that.
I don't too.
Yeah,
Yeah, sorry, Husky.
sorry. I mean, Geek Fam in first place, not a surprise. But realistically, they've exhausted all their rounds, and they are just barely ahead of Sam9 and AKO. Now, unless Sam9 and AKO bombs out 2 rounds in a row, Geek Fam is not going to end the day in first place. I'm just saying, you know, like I've been jinxing a lot of things, but I'm confident enough that Sam9 and AKO aren't going to disappoint me.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah, that's a very fair observation, right? But for Geek Fam, it's always been the slow catch up. They're not rushing through this at all. They are very, very relaxed throughout the whole of the league stages. What's more apparent to me is that they are not trying to get to that number one spot today. They're just trying to close the gap between themselves as well as Sam9 and Auto Knockout. And I think they've done exactly that. And I do agree with you, Husky. It's not going to be easy to get a round where Sam9 as well as Auto Knockout does not perform well. Clearly, from what we've seen earlier today, they are all out to get those booyahs. But it's really, really nice to see the fight for the number one spot, even as we drop into the final stages of the league stages, not stopping, not ending. There's not one dominant team who we are absolutely sure will hold on to that spot.
Yeah, I think this is what I really wanted to see, as not only Geek Fam performing right there for this league stage, and Geek Fam will feel pressure about the tournament right here, because it means that Malaysia team is actually getting better and better right here. And as well, on the other hand, I would say that because Geek Fam had the last game of today, and Auto Knockout and Sam9, it's not. They are still having the last 2 games. So I would say that for Geek Fam to catch up them, it's a little bit hard, right, Husky?
Yeah, it's hard. I wouldn't say it's very hard, but there's definitely a degree of challenge. You know, like Geek Fam you can't just play normally and expect to win. You have to really give it your best performance. You have to really like step it up a notch. You have to get those amazing round ends, because overtaking is one thing, but keeping yourself in the standing is a whole new challenge, because it can really turn around if you just have one bad match. And that's what I'm looking forward to.
Yep, that is so true, Husky. Thank you so much. And as well, this is the round standing, ladies and gentlemen. For the previous game, Geek Fam have been really performed, and with 26 points, that is not has been shown in the past week, but this week they have been really showing us a great game with 14 kill points and placement 12 with that booyah. Eternal Watch and Learn 16 point for 10 kill points and placement 6. Secret Movement 8 placement and 4 kill points, 12 of the total. STP Son of Gun 11 in total and 6 kill points. Legend with 2 kill points and 11 in total. And this time I didn't really see Legend has been performing really good, but I would say that they really should keep up that pace, because it's a little bit dangerous for them as at the middle bracket, that Secret Movement, Sorry Raw, Overdose, these 3 teams are really teams to look out for. So Legend, if they didn't make up the game, and Overdose is probably taking over the space right there in the middle bracket. But I think that Legend is probably making through the league stage and going to the final game. Do you think so, Mustachio?
It's most probably going to happen, right? Because once again, they don't really need that much to stay in the top 12, because what the 13th position squad needs to do is a lot. Like, I think Red Shoot, PXG, or STP Son of Gun should be in the race for that. But they are literally about, 40, 50 points away. So it's still a very much long road and a very small chance for Legends to lose their spot.
Oh my god, here is the overall standing, gentlemen. Geek Fam is taking over the first place with 361 points. It's just about 5 points over of Sam9. But ladies and gentlemen, Sam9 has still 2 games to play. So even though let's say they are really bad in the last 2 games, okay, which is probably impossible, like really, really bad, that 5 points is like very, very safe for them. So Sam9, I think that they will still keeping up the pace in the first place. What about Auto Knockout, Mustachio? Do you think that they will still taking second place, or GigFam will be taking over by the end of the day?
I don't think Geek Fam will be able to hold on to that number one spot. And I most definitely think Auto Knockout will be able to replace them. But it's going to be a very tough fight, right? Between AKO as well as M9. Both of these teams have been so impressive today. And I don't think they want to stop.
Yeah, that's so true, because Auto Knockout has not been not performing since last week, and they are only 26 points away, which they only have to, nil one game. That's all. Because 26 points to Auto Knockout is like easy game. And we just relax for the last game, right? We just perform for 5th and we rest for the 6th game. That's all we have to secure our second place. For Freedom Rumble instead, ladies and gentlemen, right here, it's our code for our free gift in the game. It's 2 Death Eyes gun box. You see, so cool that you really wouldn't want to miss out. Please screenshot this before you miss out, because I would say that this is very limited, and if you couldn't be fast enough to grab it, I'm so sorry about that, because we really have limited of them. So please stay tuned on our matches, and whenever we give out, just type it in your game. If not fast enough, just screenshot it first. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, right here we have done with our last 3rd game, which we only have another 2 games for today, and we will be right back for the last 2. See you. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and all of our survivors. Right here is Free Fire Malaysia Championship 2021, and this is our week 4. I'm your host Leslie, and alongside with me we have amazing casters AJ and Husky. How are you guys doing right now?
Thank you very much, Leslie. I am nervous. I am nervous to see if or not Geek Fam will get kicked down. I am nervous to see if or not Blacklist International will be able to rise back up. Or, are we going to see those big names continuously kicked down? And is this just a preview to what we might have to expect at the finals?
Well, for me,
What about you,
I know that Geek Fan definitely won't be in first place after the last 2 rounds, but I have my eyes set on the 12th place. Is there going to be any changes? Right, we're looking at, I think, a more than a 40-point lead for Overdose LT right now, which is absolutely massive. Unfortunately for Richard PhD Extreme, they have a lot of work to do, but my attention has always been on STP Son of Gun. I feel like they have the potential, but they're not showing it. And despite the slim chances, I want to see them do something. I want to see them perform a bit better in the remaining rounds that they have.
In terms of that, for the lower bracket, you would like to shout out to STP Son of Gun, but me, I would like to shout out to Anzon.my because I think they have been playing pretty good, from first week, but in second week, in third week, they are basically nowhere, out of nowhere. They have not really performing, and I think they actually have that capability. Like in terms of skill set, they can make it mechanical, even chemistry wise. I think they are not bad, but they just need to boost up a little bit right there. So I have no idea what happened to them. What do you think about that, Mustachio?
They've been building up very slowly, right? Like you said, we weren't really expecting out of Red Shoot a lot at the start of the competition, but they've given us the reason to count on them. They've given us a reason to bet on them, and I feel like that's quite a safe bet to take at this moment based on the progress that they've been able to make. But just like what Husky said, 40 points is a lot. Right, and not only is 40 points a lot, 40 points is a lot when your opponents have got opportunities to take games for themselves as well. Not just today, but tomorrow. Tomorrow's the final day of the league stages, and unfortunately for Red Shoot, it might just be a little too late to make that sort of a miraculous push into that top 12. 40 points, one final day tomorrow. Might not be enough, but if they can take the final 2 matches and place in the top 5 consistently back to back, yes, a huge chance is there for them.
Yeah, that's true. In terms of Richard PXG Extreme, they really have to game up with 40 points, which they have to be like, really fantastic tomorrow for all the games. So it's pretty hard for them to climb up to 12 points. 12th placement. Right. And as well, Anzon.my, they have no chance at all, but they are a new team. So I have been looking up to them. So maybe this time for FFMC, they are not going to make it to the grand final, but I am definitely looking forward to them for the coming up future, our tournament, definitely. So in terms of gameplay, we have the lower bracket right now, which is 40 points away from 12th placement, where you can only go to grand final if you are the top 12 teams, where Overdose LT is taking over the 12th place right now with 199. Legend is 200. As well as I would like to highlight to Blacklist International, because from third place, they have been securing second place from first week, and then third place, and then now at the 6th place. I personally, I think you guys noticed that as well. I have a little bit higher expectation towards Blacklist International because they have been like my brother, since last time the game of FFTC, because they have been really shining through and show me that they have a really good chemistry, and they made that goosebump towards me. So I really would like to say, Blacklist International, you really have to show me what you can do, just like FFTC. So we are looking forward to Kalahari right now, where Blacklist International is going to play against Group C as well. In Group B, we have all these strong Titan team. We have Auto Knockout, Freedom Rumble, Team Fast Kills, Sam9, Endzone.my. You really have to take care right there in Group B. As Group C, we have the middle bracket team. So, ladies and gentlemen, for this Bermuda game, we are gonna look forward to them and see who is gonna taking the booyah. So, a quick prediction. So, Mustachio, who do you think will get the booyah?
Hi, Eternal watching
Oi,
there.
oi, oi. Okay, and what about you, Husky?
I hate to be the guy that follows the majority, but I think Sam9 will take the booyah.
Okay, so to be honest, like I just wanted to be different than you all, you know. Just want to be special. I think Auto Knockout will take the booyah. So we will be checking
fair
out for the match 5, which is the last 2 game for today. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to hand over to our casters. Please take it away. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much, Leslie. A quick correction, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I did mention Red Shoot has got 2 more opportunities. I was absolutely wrong. I totally forgot they were situated in Group A. But, you know, with the opportunities that will kind of present themselves on tomorrow, hopefully they will be able to make it up, Husky.
Hopefully. I hope it's a very powerful thing right now for them. They need everything that they can get.
Are you kidding me? What?
Well, yeah, and this just happened. So, unfortunately, they lost 2 guys.
STP Son of Gun, they needed 53 points to catch up to the top 12 and getting taken down in the very, very first game in Group B versus C. Not the best of ways to start things up, but let's see if or not Maske will get taken down here. It's going to be Miros with the opportunity, but still gets taken down. He could not see that. Backstab, wall step through. Miros get eliminated. Adam, the final player for STP Son of Guns, and he is jetting it out of there. I've never seen this guy run even any faster than this.
Hey, you have to keep the team, well, the team alive,
Yeah, fair.
so to speak. It's like you're the last vestige of the bloodline, so it's all about survival. You know, like your tribe has been wiped out. You know, like your village invaded. You know, and you realize that you're the sole hope to us. You know, to keep the tribe alive and have a chance to qualify into top 12, which is where the only the strongest teams will be in. Though right now with that 3 deaths, I think the odds are getting very, very slim.
Yeah, I think the observers just following Adam, just to see if or not Husky would build him up really well, and then right after that he gets snuffed out. It'll be quite epic. But thankfully that's not the situation for him, and he's solo at factory, and all of the factory is for him to loot up. Let's hope that is going to be enough to survive, though.
It should be.
The poster is just saying a little prayer to the RNG gods to help him out, because obviously it wasn't a great start. He's probably cursing the RNG gods as well, but you know, a little bit of prayer always helps, Husky.
Yeah, you know what they say, faith is a very strong weapon. Like if you believe enough, you fear nothing. I don't know if that's the right way to say it, but that's what I've observed on people, or like what I've seen. You know, some people just have really strong faith, and sometimes I wonder, right, like how strong can a person's faith be? Like do you somehow defy the unexpected with that?
You know, very interesting topic, right? I used to be agnostic. Okay, I used to be a or at the very least, I used to say that, you know, there's no such thing as a greater power in the universe. But no, dude, as I get older, I just come to realize that there's some things just you cannot explain some things when the universe works in mysterious of ways. And maybe the mysterious ways that the universe works in is exactly what brought Geek Fam to take such an early and quick revenge earlier on. Maybe that exact same universe is bringing 4X-Men Expert right up against Eternal Watch and Learn. And what a strike right back through, but it's not going to be equal because Eternal Watch and Learn, they've already lost a Demon 76 and they look to take out an opponent from 4X-Men Expert, but Spade will get picked up by Maru and they will be able to aggress on, but they need to be a little bit more careful. Maske onto the left will be able to shower those shots on towards them, but still it is Venom 96 that is taking a lot of these damages, Husky.
Yeah. Oh, Eternal Watch, they're so spread out. Like, these individual fights are never gonna end well for them. Like, Venom has nothing left to work with. The collapse from 4X-Man Expert was just perfect. And X-Boys, he's gotta run. I think 4X-Man Expert can just hunt him down. And they're doing just that. Like, he has nothing left. So, 4X-Man Expert, that's clean. It's a very, very clean fight.
Yeah, let's throw in some numbers for the audience as well, right? 4X-Men Expert are 35 points away from catching up to Blacklist International. Blacklist International, which kind of got kicked down into 6th position today. Really unfortunate for the squad who started off the league stages quite strong and they have not been able to show up in the past couple of weeks, Husky.
Yeah, which is very unfortunate. You know, I feel like that. I'm at a loss of words. EGMX about to lose their whole team very soon. As you see, Augie is completely
to that one
trapped.
team we were just talking about.
Yeah. One of the teams that, you know, is very far away from the top 12, but has a chance, and not anymore.
So clean. Just so clean by Blacklist International as they will try to pick that top spot back up for themselves. Sem9 as well as Auto Knockout has been able to shine bright, even brighter than Diamond. Let's see if or not Blacklist International will be able to do the exact same. 4 kills, definitely not anything small. So early in the game, which has clearly been so slow the whole day.
Yeah, no, most of the games we got today were very slow in the beginning, and then it builds up to this very chaotic ending, which I think benefits teams like, I want to say Freedom Rumble or Fast Kill, but evidently that was not the case, right? It benefited AKO and Sem9 because these two teams are just relentless, and Sem9 now about to push into Fast Kill's territory. I think Zen is just having a good day. This guy is popping off today. He's actually playing out of his mind. I think Sem9, they are not gonna be holding back, and they saw boys. This might be the beginning of the end for Fast Kill if they're not careful. Boys already down. Oh, Team Fast Kill not ready to take on this fight. Now they're just gonna pow in those members, but it is all for nothing. They get the down to newbie. Jules does have the time to work with him, but Miros as well, those double glue wall. And Zen again coming in for the clean up. Fast Kill just cannot stand up against Sem9. They are already out.
Oh, solid, man. But the Observer needs to jump on over to Auto Knockout, and that's exactly what we will do. Axel as well as Too Fast. They have been meeting a couple of players from Blacklist International, I believe. It was not a great situation for them to get stuck in. Axel as well as Too Fast, the only 2 players left alive in here. But that Blue Zone's gonna probably knock off a couple of the HP if they don't start moving a little bit faster now. Now, the good part of this whole equation is that it's just the first zone that they will have to tank, if at all they don't start making a move right now. But losing 2 players so early on, I don't know if they went in for a split because none of their opponents are in the same vicinity here, Husky.
Yeah, well, if Sem9 was paying attention to the kill feed, they would be over the moon. This is exactly what they needed to happen, right? They know that Geek Fam are not playing anymore, so they don't have to worry about Geek Fam. They know that they can overtake them for sure, but their closest contender so far, dare I say, has been AKO, not Geek Fam. So if AKO can have if AKO has a bad game, Sem9 would take it any day.
Yeah. Freedom Rumble is going to be overexcited as well because they're 40 points away from Auto Knockout. And, you know, opportunity to kind of perhaps close the gap is here as well, providing Freedom Rumble does make it through and perform. They have been able to do enough so far, and it looks like the zone is going to be favoring them as well.
Yeah. Look at this circle.
7-9's there, though.
Just most of the teams are there. You know, Forex Man Expert have to fight against Endzone and Y on the outskirts, but at the circumference, the edge of the
Parameter.
circle. Yeah, it's pretty weird. It's pretty weird to say the edge of the circle, considering the circle has no edge.
Fair enough. Right? The outer circumference of the circle, I guess. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, technical issues are some things that we need to deal with, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. But just like that, magic happens and we are right back into the game. Mirza with the opportunity to perhaps take down 4 X-Men Expert and get a little bit of momentum for the side of Endzone MY. They clearly desperately need it. Where do they stand in the competition? They are 1 point away from catching up with STP Son of Gun. But catching up with STP Son of Gun doesn't put them in the best of positions because they are literally in the 14th spot. 54 points away from the 12th position is quite a lot to ask for based on how they've been performing in the competition so far, Husky.
Yeah. Well, Endzone, they need to kind of make a move. Like they've sent 3 guys into the circle. I think Mirza is just trying to see if anyone else is potentially coming in from behind, which is still likely, right? This is just the second circle.
Yeah.
So there's a chance that some random team is going to show up and boom, just like what we've seen in week 3, those backsteps connect and a big team gets taken out. So at Endzone, they're making the right move. They're rotating. They're not taking those unnecessary fight. The last thing you want is fighting a different team that is in the same zone while the blue zone is catching up onto you. That is basically putting yourself 1 step away from disaster. But Sem9 have their sights set on Freedom Rumble, and this might be the first step to Sem9 taking the second booyah of the day.
Yeah, I'm quite surprised to see Endzone MY be that careful because you rarely see them take so much precaution moving from compound to compound, right? Sem9 is not going to be in the best of situations, but they might be able to take the numbers game against Auto Knockout. Axel as well as Too Fast right down there below. The nade gets sent first, but Axel in that vehicle. Zenop going to go in here for the shots with the double vectors, and the car has been lit on fire. Chura is on the case, goes in to take the shots towards Too Fast. Too Fast gets knocked down. Chura onto the left-hand side will be able to get the delete as well, and Sem9 are just 1 kill away from eliminating Auto Knockout.
Oh my god, they're doing this so well. Look at those nades. Axel, you can't stand and fight. He has to use everything he can. Time turner, glue wall to create distance, but the further he runs, the deadlier the situation becomes. Like Sem9, like if they want to back off right now and let Axel go down his own, maybe they can, but Axel finds a second vehicle and he's out. Right into the jaws of Forestman Expert though. Like Sem9 is like, alright guys, if we overextend, Freedom Rumble is going to pick us off. So let us just hold this high ground at Clock Tower, where we can keep a close eye on Freedom Rumble and just play our game. Those kills, sure they're important, but there's plenty of that. Plenty of where they came from.
Yeah, I swear I thought Sem9 was just going to fall for that bait and go in for the greedy kill points, but thankfully they know a little better, and thanks to that, they will be in the best of positions to catch Blacklist International off guard. It's going to be Zenop with the double vectors, but the side of Blacklist International will be able to zoom away. Manflank jumps out of that car because they cannot use the vehicle anymore. Shura, with all of that pressure, will be able to take all of these shots. Newbie in as well, about to toss the nade in. Blacklist International onto the approach. Manflank gets taken down. My apologies, it was Clanks. It will be yet another nade. Bounces back. This is going to be a dangerous situation for Sem9, but they don't care. They want to go in for the push. Manflank has been knocked down already, but no deletes falling through just yet, Husky. Blacklist International, I don't think they're going to be able to walk out of this one.
Yeah, I don't think it was well. Sem9 got them trapped at the perfect position, and they clean it up. Like if you get trapped in this underground tunnel, you are pretty much screwed. There's only one way out, and that's the other way. But if you run out the other way, like you are gonna run into a different team. So Sem9, they are just doing this perfectly. And the discipline pays off, just like you say. They
Yeah.
see Blacklist International coming in, they set the truck on fire, and Blacklist International, they had no choice. They had to stop somewhere, but they cannot stop in view of Sem9, so the tunnel is their only choice. And what does the tunnel give them? No way out. Sem9 just goes in, they knew that they got their prey trapped, and they just took them out. Sem9 is playing so well. And this circle, oh, it could not have been any perfect. Even Freedom Rumble has to move. But Sem9, they have the whole compound to themselves. The next challenge is going to be a bit more tricky. They have to hold off against 3 different teams.
Let's see if Sorry Raw will pose as challenge or feed. Make us, a fun fact for the audience. Sem9, just with their performance so far, just with the kill points alone, have already taken that number 1 spot. They've already moved up to that number 1 position. And they are ecstatic. They know that Auto Knockout is nowhere near to catching up with them. Auto Knockout may be able to get those placement points, but kill points, not something they'll be able to pick up for themselves. Spade, grenade launcher in hand, end zone MY will get Mirza taken down. Kaze will be the next one, but no deletes falling through just yet. But I don't think it's going to be very far away. Freedom Rumble dropping in to see if or not they can pay attention and steal a couple of kills off of 4X-Men Expert. 4X-Men Expert not looking to allow that to happen. Those grenade launches more than enough to go in for the delete as well. Freedom Rumble positioning themselves into the next zone, and they might be able to gatekeep Eternal Watch and Learn, but they're not focusing in on that. I think they're going to take the fight straight to Sem9 here, Husky.
Yeah, you can see Sem9. They are so confident, and Freedom Rumble makes it worse for Overdose LT. Cap is taking his shots, and Overdose LT, they wanted to take on Sem9, but they can't. Oh, sorry, Roy! No! Not the Death Pit! That's another team, that's the 3rd team that's been trapped there. Sorry, Raw. Forced to fight once more, and Sem9, they're just getting 3 kills over and over and over again. They keep punishing teams that make those mistakes, but at least Sorry Raw were able to punish them for a bit. Zen is going to be the first one to go down. And Sem9, they managed to bring Newbie back up, but look at this. 15 kills. 15 kills, and it's not even the end of the round just yet.
Are they going to be able to break the FFMC record? Can we see them get another squad wipe and move up to 19 kills? If they do, they would have made record. Not only did they take the number 1 position, they also break the biggest kill streak in the particular league stage of FFMC. Freedom Rumble, the next challenge, but 4X-Men Expert, one of the squads that have been able to step up after the shuffle, is in the vicinity as well. And 4X-Men Expert, they look like they want to take the aggressive move up against M9, and Miro might just get caught out in the open here, but he strikes back. What the hell, bro? He strikes back. Grenade launcher straight to the face, and he gets the delete as well. Grenade launcher too OP in the hands of Sem9. Way too good. AKO eliminated as well. 4X-Men Expert out of the window as Newbie sends the final bullet through, and Freedom Rumble will be the next ones that they look for. Sem9, are they gonna be able to make history? Sure as hell they have managed to do so.
Yeah, and this is gonna be huge. Freedom Rumble have the man advantage, so they need to take advantage of this right now. They got Sem9 trapped out in the open. Newbie on the flank. Oh, Newbie, can he survive? No, he gets taken now. Good for Freedom Rumble, bad for Sem9. I think Freedom Rumble finally finds Sem9. They take them out, they get the booyah, but doesn't matter. Does not matter at all. Sem9, they are the true winners, but will give the booyah over to Freedom Rumble.
Freedom Rumble, once again, the squad that is there, and you don't really expect a lot from them because they're meeting expectations. They are always in a position to not continuously impress with their performance, but to do just enough to stay in the running for that top 3 position. And how much have they done? They are 40 points away from catching up with Auto Knockout, and they've technically just done enough to secure themselves in that 4th position, hopefully to not allow Eternal Watch and Lin to overtake them in the competition, Aske.
Yeah, in Freedom Rumble, a sight of relief and of course joys on their face. Definitely, definitely something that as well. I think, no, even though they got the booyah, I don't think they got much kills from it, but
Yeah.
I mean, they might have stole the round, but we all know who stole our hearts. As welcome back, Leslie. That was an interesting game.
Hi. Yeah, that was interesting, but I was a little bit sad because Blacklist International is still not performing, and they have been like the 6th place. I'm a little bit worried about them because for X-Men Expert, I wouldn't say they were amazing this time, but it's still a little bit dangerous for Blacklist International. So finger crossed to them. Hopefully they are still staying at the 6th place. Even though I know they wouldn't get to the 5th place. So all the best to them, to Blacklist International. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, right now we have a giveaway again. Please be fast. This is the 2 Death Eyes gun box. Very, very cool with pink eyes. And this is the code. If you wouldn't want to miss out, please do screenshot it before it's gone. Finger has to be fast. It's just like you're playing Free Fire, you know. Like, I have been really noob in Free Fire. I have no idea why. I think it's not only about my finger, it's also about my brain problem. Because I have tried to practice, you know. I don't know why. It's just, I couldn't make it up right there.
The
so
more
sad.
you practice something, the more the connections between the neurons in your brain, develop, and you get slightly better, right? And over time, you will definitely see that improvement. Very clearly, that is the case for a lot of the underdog teams in here as well, Husky, don't you think?
Yeah. I mean, I'm an absolute amateur when it comes to mobile games, especially battle royales. Like, I have no idea what I'm doing. I feel like it's a lot of work. So, but I do agree. You play it for a while and you get better over time. It's just that I'm never that good at it. So, I mean, I'm good at dying, but I'm not good at winning games, which is why I'm here.
Husky pulls
That's
the
me.
7
If
fingers every
you-
time he steps into the game.
That's almost me, actually. If you watch our Winter War, that was me right there, playing against all the, Kokan, and then playing with Nmath. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna play. I'm just gonna watch them play, That was so sad. And right
That's
here,
how
I have
Auto
watched...
Knockout died.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I actually didn't catch all that. What was happening?
Well, they were going for a swim.
Oh, really? Enjoying that pool time, and okay, you were gone. Is it drown or something? Okay, right here it's Sam9. Sam9 has been, the watcher have been always focused in Sam9 right here because the whole game is about Sam9 right here. I feel like this is their, movie theater right here. It's like all about Sam9, right? In this game.
Yeah, I mean,
And
this
this
game
the-
was the Sam 9 highlight reel. It's a Sam 9 show.
Yeah, definitely. And what happened to Blacklist International? Is it about they trapped in there, or it's just only basically they just couldn't make it up to Sam 9?
It's sometimes where it's just what Overdose kind of did slightly better than Blacklist International. What Overdose did was send one player to move in first. They had a couple of players in for the backup. Clearly, that's not the gameplay that Blacklist International was playing because of who Blacklist International is. Even if they do find squads, most of the time they are able to eliminate those squads because they pull that surprise element off. Not against M9. Not against M9, who very clearly strategized to hold on to that compound. They could have been pulled away, but we saw the discipline coming there. They did not allow Freedom Rumble to catch them off guard. They immediately back into that compound, and that's exactly what got them Blacklist International. I wouldn't say that was a bad play from Blacklist International. Once again, they would have been able to take that surprise play. It's not against M9. Unfortunate is what they were.
I just feel like Sam9 was on fire. Okay, they were really on fire in the last game.
Yeah.
Which whoever come for it, you have to die. That wing us in the previous game, and they were gotten like 19 kill points. Is it?
I
That
don't know,
was the
but if
record,
they
right?
did, that would have been the record.
Yeah.
Yeah, Husky, do you remember?
You think?
I think they might have broken the record. I'm not
Yeah.
entirely sure. Like, we didn't get to
Yeah.
see. We didn't get
Yeah,
to see like, the
we-
final sequence, right?
Correct.
Like right before that, they got like
Yeah.
17, I think.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. So then they got the booyah, right? So probably they're gonna kill another 2 by getting that booyah. So I'm thinking it's breaking it. So ladies and gentlemen, right here
We'll
is
find out.
showing you, are they breaking the kill points right there?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Oh yeah, man. Sam9 say, oh yeah, we are breaking it right there. Not only getting that. Oh, sorry, they were not getting that booyah. Yeah, Freedom Rumble got that booyah, but that doesn't matter to Sam9. It's like kill points 19, easy. And Freedom Rumble got only 5 kill points, where they definitely standing the first place with 28 points. I couldn't imagine if they're getting that booyah. Then they will be getting 31 points, which is breaking record again, right?
Yeah, legendary
Yeah.
streak in terms of picking points up would have been this round. But, you know, even if they didn't, it doesn't matter. With that performance, they've definitely managed to put that 7-9 brand into our brain. So much so that I do not blame you for getting it wrong, right? They didn't pick that booyah up, but they might as well have done so. No other
Yeah.
squad managed to impress us as much as 7-9 did in that game.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, throughout the league stage, I think Sam9 had been impressive, honestly.
Yes.
Even though the week 2 isn't so impressive of them, but right now, right here, they were really breaking the record of their kill points. If they are taking the placement point of 12, if they were taking that booyah just now, they were breaking the total points as well with 31 points. So Sam9 is just, the highlight of the whole league stage right here, ladies and gentlemen. Standing second, we have Freedom Rumble with 17, 5 kill points and 12 placement point, getting that booyah killing of Sam9 right there. And for X-Men Expert, third place, 8 kill points and 8 placement points, 16 in total. Blacklist International, I was kind of sad of them because placement points only 2 and kill points still not that bad, 6 points with total 8 points. Because in terms of kill points, I never being disappointed of Blacklist International, but it's always about the placement points. What was that happening, Mustachio? Is it that their strategic problem, or do you think that they are just being unfortunate throughout the league stage?
It could be one of two things, right? It could also be that Blacklist International might be playing at what we kind of anticipated GeekFam might be going for, which is hiding their best strategy for the finals. But at the same time, in that particular round, that was just pure bad luck. That was just pure bad luck. They ran straight into it, Sem9. And, the situation, the layout of the land kind of forced them into a tunnel. And it just played out so well for Sem9, and the exact opposite happened for Blacklist International. And hopefully they are able to turn things around. But the brighter side is they kind of close the gap between themselves as well as Eternal, Watch and Learn. So they might be able to pick that number 5 spot right back up.
Hopefully, because they are one of my favorite team, Blacklist International. Honestly, one of the thing is they are really adorable. If you realize their picture, especially Aljim, is like a little bit chubby, and in the middle, it's like so adorable. Oh my god! Which I would really like to say they are my brother, like from my heart, honestly. So, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully,
Good save, Leslie. Good save.
yeah.
We were
know.
this close to asking like some questions that you don't want to answer.
Yeah, I'm not gonna ask you a question. That is something good, right? So I would say that I just wanted to shout out to my favorite team that I would like to support, which is Blacklist International, and the other teams as well, included Auto Knockout. They didn't really perform in the previous game, so it's possible that GeekFam is taking over. So what do you think, Custer? And I'm going to pass over to you for the last match of the day. Please take it away. Thank you.
Appreciate it, Leslie. It's interesting to know exactly which boys Leslie's got a crush on, because a lot of the audience are simping on Leslie all the time. You guys now know that if you want to stand a chance, then you need to emulate what Blacklist International has done. And quite honestly, Blacklist International has done quite a bit to earn a name for themselves. I mean, they've come quite a long way in Free Fire, Husky.
Yeah, I mean, I think the time where they got picked up at Blacklist International itself was already a big thing, right? We were looking at that and we were like, holy cow! Like right before the grand finals of MCP, they get picked up. That is something that is impressive. That they got noticed, and international organizations start to see the value in these guys.
Yes.
We do have our experience some technical issues. Apparently, one of the teams did not make it into the lobby. Maybe they accidentally dropped out. So most probably, we will be looking at a remake, but bear with us. You know, the suspense before the final round is always the most exciting one.
Yeah. So, we expect these teams to go out there and show us the best. It's not going to be possible if one of them are not in there, right? We are going to be bringing Leslie back, though, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, so that you guys can continue simping. Leslie, welcome back.
Hi, gentlemen. Please stop asking people to,
No. Before we move on, we are getting another update. We don't know what the update is, basically. We will wait to see if or not there is a remake. At the moment, it is undecided, so we may just jump right back into the match.
That's possible. But in terms of some technical problems, so sorry, bear with us, because that is definitely gonna happen once in a while, because we are going online, everything, it's gonna depends on the line as well. So we are gonna remake the whole game, so please bear with us a little bit, just wait a little bit more for our final game of the day. And this is week for day 1. For day 2 tomorrow, we are gonna determine who are the top 12 teams that are going to grand final, grabbing up the prize pool of 60,000 ringgit Malaysia. Oh my god. And in terms of game right now, I mean, other than Sam9, okay, I'm gonna throw a bit difficult question. Okay, gentlemen, please be ready, okay?
All right.
I mean,
I'm
other
ready.
than Sam9, who do you think has the highest potential getting that 60,000 ringgit? Maybe Husky first?
I'm gonna say it's gonna be your favorite team, Blacklist International.
Oh,
I think
for that.
Leslie's like,
This is
thank
how you do
you.
it right, AJ. But yes, no, I honestly think that when playoffs begin, we will see I wouldn't say a different Blacklist International, but they will have made adjustment, because there's more than 1 week in between before that very big day where you have to play the most important 6 rounds of your life. So Blacklist International, I think, will have a best chance aside from Sam9.
You guys
Great
have
one.
just totally counted out Geek Fam, eh?
Yes, I noticed I did that, but here's the thing: if I have to give the inclusive award to everyone else, I would say I would list out 6 teams, which
fair.
doesn't answer the question, right?
Fair.
This is why it's a difficult question. I have to pick a side, and
Yeah.
it's really hard, because I know people from different teams. Like I know there's friends in Blacklist, there's friends in Geek Fam. If I say Blacklist, Geek Fam is gonna be like, right, you better watch out. If I say Geek Fam, Blacklist is gonna be like, you sure you wanna? Sam9 is not gonna be happy about that either. So I have to make a choice.
Yeah. I understand this feeling, and I don't care, because I think most of the people in Free Fire scene already know that I am a little bit biased to the previous Baby Argon, which is the Blacklist International. Really, really like how they play the games last time. So if they can't keep up the pace like how they were performing last time, definitely the 60,000, it's really for them, honestly. And Sam9, they are catching up right there. They have been performing just like what Blacklist International could do. So I think these 2 teams are very high potential right there. What about you, Mustachio? It's your turn.
The legacy of Geek Fam, I believe, will continue. I think that they might be able to get it done at the finals, just how they pulled that, the 3 Booyah MCP major victory, right? They literally sealed the deal. They literally won the competition with 3 rounds instead of 6. And if you could do that against other regions, to do that against Malaysians themselves, I don't think it's going to be that difficult. That being said, though, these other squads have definitely stepped it up, man. I'm nervous making that prediction. I don't know. Even as I'm making that prediction, I'm like, oh, Geek Fam, come on, man. Do me a solid and win this, right?
Yeah. In 3 rounds. That's like the selling point. They have to do it in 3 rounds.
Yeah. I think Geek Fam has the most unpredictable gameplay they would play, definitely, because every time that by the end of the season or end of the grand final, they are always showing us that we are the king as always. So I wouldn't say that, Mustachio, your prediction, it's not is not, expected, I think that is a very high potential right there, because they will still have another 1.5 week, it's not mistaken, right? So 31st will be the grand final. So they have 1.5 week to, get ready for their fingers and then eat some good food and then sleep enough. I'm just kidding. I mean, practice enough, okay, to get that 60,000. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Sleep's
I
like the
think
most
sleeping
important
is
thing of
really-
all the things that you mentioned.
Really? It's not more important than practices? Oh my
It's
god,
definite-
it's pretty.
it-
I don't think I want to play with Musashio now.
No
boy.
matter how much you practice, if you don't sleep, you're not going to be able to perform. Trust me, I know.
Yeah.
I've bonked out quite too many times being sleepy during
Yeah,
exams.
that's true.
Could have
That's
become
true
a
because
lawyer, a doctor. Here I am playing games throughout the whole day. All because I didn't
yeah,
pass
you
my
should be the
exams.
doctor, right?
We've all been down that route. Trust me. Like
Yeah.
I had
we
dreams
understand.
once.
I've got a
Once?
question for you guys. Apart from the top flight teams in here, which underdog squad has impressed you guys the most?
Right, hold on. Let me look at the list.
I-
I want to say.
I wouldn't say that. Sorry, Husky, you go first.
I think Legend. I think Legend impressed me the most.
Yeah.
How about you, Leslie?
I think Legend is the underdog team, right? But can I make the, middle bracket one?
Yeah. Go right ahead. Go right ahead.
Yeah, I think middle bracket is for X-Men Expert. They impressed me since last
Yeah.
week, yeah.
Sorry, Raw has definitely been, one of the brands that has stolen my attention quite a bit, right? But for X-Men Expert, Sorry, Raw, as well as Legend, one thing that these three squads have got in common is the fact that they very, very recently started stepping up. They very, very recently started, kind of aggressing on. Sorry, Raw, they have been performing a little bit more consistently in terms of what they do really well, which is to take down these bigger squads, which is the main reason why they have held on to that number 10 spot, right? But these three squads definitely wants to look out for. I no doubt at all, I want to see all three of them in the grand finals.
Yeah, honestly, and Sorry Raw and Legend, they are currently almost at the same pace as Sorry Raw is standing with 201, Legend is 200, and both of them have been really doing great job since last week. So I would say that I would shout out to Sorry Raw and Legend as well for their gameplay. Coming up next, this is the last game of the day, which is in Kalahari. So ladies and gentlemen, this is the last game of week 4, day 1, which is Group B versus Group C. Please enjoy the game, gentlemen.
Thank you very, very much, Leslie. And just like Leslie has mentioned, this is the last showdown between these squads. Let's see if or not they will be able to give us a one to not forget. Will Fast Kill together with STP Set of Gun, they are definitely going to light things up early on. Let's see if or not any of the other squads share a drop zone here. 7-9 playing it really cheeky. I don't know if one of those players lagged out or it was intentional, because they are breaking apart quite wide up here at Mammoth.
Yeah, and just to kind of touch up on that the teams have impressed everyone else. I think there's one more over those LT. If you look at the top 12, 4 of the teams are teams who are fresh. Legend over those LT, Sorry Raw, and Forest Man Expert. So for all 4 of these teams really deserve a lot of credit, right? Because basically they have a good chance to qualify for playoffs in their debut. This is the first Malaysia championship, if you think about it. So that itself is already making history.
Absolutely, yes. And, what a way to get that done as well. And there's a reason why we are calling these names out, because at the start of the competition, I personally didn't expect much based on their performance, but they've been able to show us those micro improvements in those matches that they've been taking time and time again. For X-Men Expert, especially after the shuffle of those groups, they've been able to shine to a degree where we've not been able to see out of them within the first 2 weeks.
Yeah. And maybe it really is the magic of the group shuffle. Maybe something came out of that, and it is positive at least for the fresh teams. We're not seeing like the Apex Predator kind of league where one or two teams just dominates everyone else, and we just don't look at everyone the other 10 squads. But this is definitely not the case.
Definitely not the case. Overdose, one of the highlighted squads, now taking it up against EGMX. EGMX not shining through as bright as they should be. Forza, opportunity to knock Capped Fix down, but he doesn't manage to get the knock. Instead, takes a couple of shots himself and will need to back away from this encounter. Flag right there in front of them has not been deleted just yet, but the players from Overdose can't even go in for the approach to save their friend. Augie now will be making the approach an easy takedown. That Snuff is gonna be quite the safe one for him to take, as none of the other players have managed to approach this situation. Eternal Watch and Learn taking the fight up against Sem9 early on. 0 kills on the board at the moment. Maske getting taken down, and the knock will come through. Are we going to be able to see the delete from Mirol as well? We might just be able to do so. Shura getting those shots from Demon76, who will have to back away from that opportunity. Sem9 now aggressing on Raja, getting taken down. Opportunity with the time turner does not turn out in a positive way, as Miro once again goes in for that shutdown. Raja on the ground. Are we going to be able to see Demon76 now pick him right back up? Newbie with the opportunity. He has got the UMP in hand, but still it is way too difficult. Maske now on the ground. Eternal Watch and Learn one after the other. They are getting shut down by Sem9 Yaske.
Oh, Eternal Watch and Learn, they stood no chance. Just look at how Sem9 takes these fights. They're not giving Eternal Watch and Learn any room to breathe. And Venom, he is just gonna watch his whole team fall, and he will follow suit. 0 opportunity, 0 chance for Eternal Watch and Learn in that fight. I have no idea how they can come back from that. But what I do know is Sem9 has been so consistent today that it is just unreal.
And also 0 knocks onto the players from Sem9. Now Blacklist International with the opportunity to break up the kill points for themselves as well. We do see a knock on the screen, but it's not a battle that is going to be super important for us to jump on over to, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Don't worry, when it gets a little bit more heated, we will get switched on towards that side. Sorry, Raw will be the attention for us at the moment. Why? Because they are going to be in trouble if they don't position themselves a little bit better. I know they were being pursued moments ago. Feeks quite far away for the rest of his teammates, but he will be able to park the Jeep right below the platform, and this is the perfect getaway vehicle for them. Feeks might just be the guy who goes out to scout first, but I don't think I want him to do that on behalf of Sorry Raw. Remember how that turned out earlier?
Didn't turn out great. TLDR is that did not turn out great. But we saw AKO and I think GeekFam experience an early exit. Well, GeekFam is not playing anymore, but AKO experienced an early exit in the previous round. So hopefully they can survive a bit longer. You know, we do have Endzone MY taking on the high ground. I believe this is around Refinery again. AKO with an unfortunate, and in the previous round they're not. They will not go through that this round. There's no a body of water, so you don't have to worry about drowning.
Auto knockout in a position where Freedom Rumble lost one of those rounds very, very miserably as they got caught between the zone as well as these cliffs. Not the situation for Auto Knockout, as they will be moving in towards Endzone MY, who have got the better advantage in terms of position. They do have the vertical, bird's eye view over the fate of Auto Knockout. But if anything, Auto Knockout is one of those squads where you really don't want to take a couple of shots against, because regardless of where you are on the map, vertical advantage or not, Auto Knockout will be able to respond accordingly. And if you are a squad like Endzone MY, it's not the best of squads to be picking a fight with.
Oh yeah. I mean, Endzone MY has been really quiet today. I don't think we've seen much of them. They have been very silent. They haven't been making much moves. But they do see AKO. So they are able to get some pot shots off. Unfortunately, no kills come true.
Well, a couple of They don't have to be too worried though, because nobody is there, as they will be making their way on. I believe 2 players from Auto Knockout still sticking by under the platform of Endzone MY, and that's not going to be the best of situations to hold. But as I say that, Endzone MY as well as Auto Knockout, they are moving opposite ways, and that's not going to be a fight that we need to be concerned about, Husky.
Yeah, it's nothing too major just yet. But see where the circle goes through though. This is going to be an important one. If it goes towards the center.
Beauty.
So pretty good for AKO. I think AKO are in a very good spot. Sure, you don't have the hype of Refinery, but again, the catch of being on Refinery is that when the circle starts moving away, you will go from being in the best spot to the worst spot. Because when you drop down, people will start shooting at you.
Yeah, Refinery is one of those positions where you really, really need to know how to play it. And the foresight is important. The foresight of how are we going to make it into the next compound where we are going to have equally the best, line of sight against all of these other squads. And it's not something that you can decide before the safe zone kind of, gets decided. And even after that happens, you need to look at the timer, because as all of that as the game is running, as all of these events are unfolding one after the other, that's what Refinery gets you. You are absolutely surrounded by quite a number of squads that you will not be able to fight. So, I don't know, man. Many a times we've seen Refinery get overtaken, and those teams do end up in that final zone, but very, very, very few times has that squad managed to actually pick the booyah up at the end of the day, Husky.
Yeah. Oh, Blacklist International. After 3, I don't want to say underwhelming rounds. They are in a decent spot, right? I think Blacklist International, the matches seem underwhelming because we're not seeing them putting up a lot of those numbers. But other than that, this is probably the slowest round that Blacklist International has ever been in. Endzone MY though, finally getting spotted out. I think it was by EGMX. And this is still the second phase, but when the circle closes in, we will have to see how Endzone MY navigates this. Like, if you're EGMX and you can hold out until the next circle closes in, you have a better chance than Endzone MY, because Endzone MY, they're not going to be able to see who is hiding underneath. Jumping down like that, even with the grappling hook, is going to get you killed most of the time.
Yeah, and you can't jump down because of the fact that you are not able to take EGMX out. And it's just going to be a situation of so many questions in your head which you don't have answers for. You can't aggress on. You take that aggressive stance, you might get snuffed out. It's going to be a game of watch and learn. And for Endzone MY, I don't think they're going to learn a lot from the situation that they are going to be happy with. Drax with the opportunity, drives past 2 players of EGMX, doesn't get taken down, but instead will have a little bit more information on his side. Freedom Rumble are breaking apart. I don't think that's the best situation or the best option for them at the moment. But even as I say that, they don't really have much to worry about. Very, very comfortable in the 4th spot. And very slowly climbing up as well, Husky.
Yeah, and see EGMX. Let's see if they want to take this fight to Endzone. Thankfully for them, Case will not be able to see anyone from this angle, thanks to the terrain. But when they pop their head up at the summit, that's where Case will see it. Actually, no, they can actually just zip past because of the elevation. Oh, this is interesting now for EGMX. Because the rest of Endzone are moving away and Case is the only, flank watch. 4x Flank Expert is also coming in from the side. So there's a huge chance that Case might get caught out as Endzone MY tries to evacuate from this area.
And if they don't start moving now, this is probably going to be the end for Endzone MY. No pun intended. Sem9 firing those shots off against them. One of those players down on the ground, and it's going to be Miro. Shura taken down as well. And this is that advantage. This is that vertical advantage that we were talking about. Sem9 unable to respond much, but those knocks are not going to be converted, which means Endzone MY not going to get those kill points, and Sem9 will be able to survive to continue fighting on to the next zone. Now, the blue zone closing in. EGMX ZGMX need to move. So does Eternal Watch and Learn. But Endzone MY needs to get a moving as well. Chaos about to ensue right before we move on to circle number 5 itself, Husky.
Yeah, and this is where things start to get very, very chaotic. Forex Bank Expert trying to outrun the circle, and they still don't have to deal with teams in front of them, but they do have 7-9 waiting on the mountaintop. And 7-9, they actually suffered a bit of damage early on, but look at what 7-9 is doing. They are just moving forward as Fate. Oh, he shoots 2 out of the skies. Just like they are going duck hunting, and 7-9 finally having a game that they're not really that comfortable with. They don't really have the full squad to work with. And let's see if 7-9 can get themselves out of this predicament, because over those LT, off screen, they're getting those kills as well. Those nades are flying out all across the screen.
Exactly what 4X-Men Expert can pull off in here. Spade has gotten those 2 kills already. Team Fast Kill, on the other hand, will get eliminated. SPP, Son of Gun are the ones who pull off that miracle. Are we going to be able to see Endzone MY now continue this fight against EGMX and finally eliminate them? Augie as well as Adam on the ground here. Adam getting taken out by the zone. Auto knockout on for the snuff out against Sem9, and this is not a fight Sem9 expected to be taken on. But as we mentioned, it is pandemonium that is ensuing. Case! It would be Cloud that gets taken down instead. Case almost got eliminated there, almost knocked down onto the ground with that nade, but he will survive for the time being and be able to pick Cloud up as well. Auto knockout, on the other hand, is striking back up against STP Son of Gun. This is just pandemonium all across this map, Husky.
Yeah, and this is going to be pretty good for 4X though, because they are slowly pushing in. We're suddenly down to the last 5 teams. Sorry Raw taking off Freedom Rumble as well. Arpam is the last man standing. Can he clutch this out? It seems very unlikely though. Sorry Raw slowly overwhelming Freedom Rumble. And this is his last stand. Gotta use those medkits to heal yourself back up as Sorry Raw slowly pushes in, but AKO is also on the horizon. Maybe AKO can stop them in their tracks, and exactly that's what's happening. AKO outside the building, getting those kills in as Appa just listen to those chaos unfold. AKO slaughtering everyone from Sorry Roar.
Appam's prayer is being answered immediately. Sorry Raw getting snuffed out. Auto knocked out in the vicinity, but Appam can't get too comfortable. The moment he did, he gets snuffed out. Freedom Rumble out of the equation, and Auto knockout looking to eat a little bit more. 9 kills on the board so far, and they should be able to take Feeks out of the equation. It's going to be Axel right in front of him. Axel with a close quarters combat with the sniper. Probably goes in with the no scope as well. 3 kills on the board for himself so far, and they are not slowing down. 4X-Men Expert, they have got the better position. They've got that vertical advantage that we keep talking about. 7 kills on the board. They might be able to take down Auto Knockout as well, but the mechanical gameplay from Auto Knockout has always been more than enough to overcome these challenges. 4X-Men Expert, they have got 2 squads to focus in on, and they'll do exactly that. Blacklist International unable to third party and take them out. 4X-Men Expert might just be able to pick this Booyah up because of their position, and the numbers game might play through us.
And it's between them and AKO right now. Too fast, the grenade launcher. Roy with the double vector. Oh, they are starting to overwhelm 4X-Men Expert as AKO demonstrates how good they are. And they take out 4X-Men Expert. It's now Blacklist and AKO. Oh, too fast, blowing himself out. Blacklist has a chance. It's a 1 versus 1. It's Clangs against Roy, but Roy is stronger. AKO with the second Booyah of the day.
And just like that, a Geek Fam has been kicked off of that number 1 spot. And not only did they get kicked off that number 1 spot, they even get pushed down from that 2nd spot. They are most probably 3rd or 4th place right now. Not something they'll be happy about. But Auto Knockout, on the other hand, they will be absolutely delighted with their performance in here so far. They start the day strong. They end the day strong. This momentum is going to carry them through to the final day of the league stages for them to just overtake everybody else. In that number 1 spot, that dream, not impossible, Husky.
Yeah, and just the joy, thumbs up, given everything, they deserve it. Probably one of the best case scenario. 7-9 got knocked out early, and AKO was like, this is our chance. So, unfortunately, our favorite team didn't make it through, Leslie, but welcome back.
It's another sad game, because I was like, oh, Blacklist International is making to top 3, and then they were gone. They are not getting that booyah. And in terms of kill points as well, AKO is definitely so much better in this game. So I can't blame Blacklist International for not performing right here. It's just this AKO and Sam9, and today they were like, I don't know what they take actually. Did they take something out of ordinary? That's why today it's like that. That was so crazy. This whole day it's about we talk about Sam9 and then AKO, Sam9, AKO. It's all about them. What's happening right there, Mustachio?
It's something that all three of us predicted at the start of the day, that it's their final opportunity, the final week of the league stages, and they need to secure that number 1 spot. And all the more reason they need to push and make sure they get all of these games, because it's just wide open. The competition is wide open. You do not perform in one match, and just like that, you don't get to hold on to your spot. The top 5 is just out for the taking. The top 12 is out for the taking as well. And what makes it even more competitive, Garena is just so mean to the players by being kind to them. They literally are giving out a prize pool, right? They literally give out a money sum for each and every single one of these squads to win. So regardless of how bad you're doing, there's always something to look forward to, and try to do a little bit better each and every single day, which is bringing out the best in these squads, Leslie.
Yeah, that's so true. I mean, other than the prize pool, I think every one of them would like to take the pride of, instead of Gig Fam, I am the best in Malaysia, something like that.
Yeah.
So right now, Sam9 and Auto Knockout are definitely showing us that we are the best team, So right now, they are like 26 points difference between Sam9 and Auto Knockout. So I think Auto Knockout is probably not getting over Sam9, but Gig Fam is probably, right? It's like they were about like 30 points away, and Auto Knockout had been not performing in the 5th game, but 6th game was like on fire. So I think that they are taking over Gig Fam for the 2nd spot. Do you think so, Husky?
Yeah.
Yes, I think it's either they overtake Geek Fam by a very small margin, or Geek Fam overtakes them by a very small margin. But judging from this round itself, I think Auto Knockout should be in 2nd place, but Geek Fam shouldn't be too far behind.
Yeah, that's true. I think they are in the same pace right now, Auto Knockout and Gig Fam. I think Gig Fam, honestly, that we didn't see them really on fire. It's only 1 or 2 games that they were on fire, but they are standing through in top 3 place. So they are definitely still at the standard, ladies and gentlemen. So right here is our round standing for the last match of today. Auto Knockout, of course, standing the 1st place with their booyah. Kill points, 16 points. What? And 28. Sam9 and Auto Knockout had just getting that crazy points today, and they have been breaking the record. Auto Knockout get it after Sam9 right here, 28 in total. Blacklist International standing 2nd with 16. Not that bad. My Blacklist in 2nd. Okay, that's not that bad. Okay, 16 in total. 7 kill points for X-Men Expert standing 3rd in 7 kill points and 15 in total. Sorry, Raw 4 points and 11 in total. Endzone.my, not that shabby, 2 points in kill points and 5th for their placement point and 7 in total. Son of Gun 4 in placement and kill points 2 and 6 in total. Freedom Rumble, today it's really not their day, because I think they are able to shine through last week, but in terms of this week, I think a lot of teams have been overpowered right there, included Auto Knockout and Sam9. So Freedom Rumble really have to make up a little bit of their pace with Blacklist International as well, with 6 placement point and 0 kill points today, with 6 in total. Sam 9 kill points, 4 and 5 in total. Inning Max, All Star, Overdose, Team Fast Kill, Eternal Watch and Learn, they are standing at the last. I was a bit shocked about Fast Kill, because I really have been looking forward to their performance of Fast Kill in this week. What do you think about that, Mustachio? Is that anything happened to Fast Kill? Is it just basically they're just lack of luck this week?
No, definitely not lack of luck. I feel like they finally figured out how to not lose miserably, right? Because they used to take such aggressive games and then they learned to pace themselves, which kind of resulted in them not losing these matches early on. So I think they've been doing quite all right.
All right. So right here, you all have a really, really good prediction. As Husky said, maybe just a little bit difference. Yes, that's right. Auto Knockout is standing second with 365, and GigFam is just 4 points away with 361, and Sam9 389. Kill points is 191. I would say that the kill points is it's crazily different here between Sam9 and Auto Knockout. It's about 20 points away. So I think Sam9 in terms of their gameplay, it's much aggressive compared to Auto Knockout. And GigFam as well, they have started to be aggressive this week, I think. So their kill points, it's not that bad, but it's a really big gap between Sam9, you know, like 30 points away. This is just not their style before this GigFam. So I think if GigFam, they can catch up a little bit on kill points, they probably would take over Sam9 in just a day. But that was really what the previous GigFam can do, but I don't know if this GigFam can do if facing the current Sam9 and Auto Knockout right here. And Freedom Rumble is at 4th place, 313, standing 4th. Blacklist International at 5 with kill points 129, same as Freedom Rumble. But in terms of placement point, they're a little bit behind Freedom Rumble. That was not expected, honestly, because they have been performing in week 1 and Freedom Rumble had coming up in week 2, really good game, and that's why they're taking that good placement point. And Eternal Watch and Learn with 3 Booyah in total, 144 kill points, 284 wrap up today. 7, we have 4 X-Men Expert, 269. Sorry Raw and Team Fast Q, 224, 218, as well as Overdose, 208 and 201 for Secret Movement, 200 for Legend. I think that these teams have a really, really small gaps, honestly, from, I wouldn't say Team Fast Kill, probably Sorry Raw, Overdose, Secret Movement, and Legend. Are they on the same pace right there, Husky? Do you think that these standing can be really different for tomorrow games?
I definitely think so. I think now all eyes are on 13 to 15 place, right? Can they overtake Legend? Because Legend has created such a huge gap. And other than that, I think the top 12 is pretty much set in stone. It's just going to be like them internally shuffling the standings, but who qualifies to the playoffs is pretty much fixed at this point. Although I do agree that I'm slightly surprised that Freedom Rumble overtook Blacklist International, but it's safe to say that Freedom Rumble just had a better day compared to Blacklist.
Yeah, that's true. And I actually thought that the placement point in terms of that, I thought that Blacklist will be higher than Freedom Rumble because I think kill points, they are almost the same, but placement point, Blacklist International probably higher, but they were not performing today. So sad to say, Freedom Rumble is climbing up to the 4th place, and I wouldn't say much. I would still support my Blacklist International as well as GigFam because we have so much eyes on GigFam that they will be performing. And tomorrow will be the last day of this league stage, and that is gonna show are they the king of Malaysia getting that top spot right there. But I don't think that really matter because at the end of the day, you just wanted to be the top 12 and then going to the grand final and getting that prize pool of 60,000 ringgit Malaysia. Maybe that is what GigFam is doing, like Mustachio mentioned before. You're like, maybe they're trying to not play well and try to hide their tactic, in this league stage. They just wanted to secure a spot, that's all. And in final, you're gonna see what am I gonna do, So I am so excited to see, and I think you're excited to see this giveaway as well, ladies and gentlemen. Woohoo! This is the last giveaway. Don't miss out. And if you're scared to miss out, please do screenshot the code right here. I know that is a little bit long. If my finger is a little bit too fat, I will be a little bit slow. So if you're like me, please screenshot it because you wouldn't want to miss out this super cool weapon where you need money to get it, Now it's just free. All right. So gentlemen, do you have any notes for the last game, the previous game we have?
The notes. The only thing that I could see kind of fall through, right, Husky, is whatever predictions we had at the start of the day has come through. And if anything, one of the things that I did not think would happen today has actually happened, where the top 12 has been set in stone. One team may be able to kind of turn things around for themselves, but it's a long shot. And when I say a long shot, I only mean that because Endzone MY, they haven't been performing. There's just no consistency with them. They do all right, and then they just don't do okay for many, many matches in a row. And then all of a sudden, they are okay yet again. They have managed to pick one Booyah up, but like we've discussed in the past, it's just not enough, right? RNG can kind of boost you up. But tomorrow, is it going to be the day where Endzone MY makes that one crazy run to sneak themselves up into the top 12? I don't think it's impossible just yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so sad because I'm not able to join for the last day of Lake Stage. I really like to see who's gonna, take over the 12th place, as you guys say, probably is stacked already, because that's a gap between 12 and 13. But the top 6 is really what I'm looking forward to, because some of them is really not consistent, but when they come back, they come back really crazily, just like Sam9. In first week, we are like, okay, no second Booyah for Sam9 of the day. But afterward, they are showing they can do it. So I'm really looking forward to what's going to happen tomorrow. What about you, Husky? What do you expect?
Same. I just want to see Endzone make that crazy run. Like, I don't care about any other team. I just want to see if Endzone can make it.
Wait. I know those were our final words, but I need to throw this in as well, right? Endzone MY, but Red Shoot as well as STP Son of Gun, they are 1 point a piece, just behind Endzone MY. So as much as it's possible for Endzone MY to come up with a crazy run tomorrow, it is equally possible for Red Shoot as well as STP Son of Gun to come out with those crazy plays and move into that top 12. And if they manage to do it, I'm going to lose my voice guaranteed tomorrow. Guaranteed.
I really like to hear how you lose your voice, because it's pretty hard to take over the top 12, because I think Legend, Raw, and Team Fastkill, they have been not bad, it's like averagely good. So I would say that is so much of nothing to expect tomorrow, because that is pretty hard to predict at this point, because we know that the teams probably come out really good. So tomorrow is the last day for our league stage, ladies and gentlemen. If you wanted to watch more about the league stage, and just stay tuned tomorrow, because that's very, very, very important. Tomorrow it's going to determine the top 12 that are going to grand final, so you wouldn't want to miss out that. And ladies and gentlemen, all of our survivors, thank you for staying with us right here for FFMC 2021, and thank you to all of our gentlemen right here, AJ and Husky. Thank you so much for today. Amazing day, and looking forward to tomorrow, and I'll see you right here tomorrow.